Button on your way in, please. Thank you. After this, we're gonna get to it. Welcome. Good morning. Welcome to Stand on the Media.
Relax, you stop doing that. Stop doing that.
You got to tell them to stop doing that. Let me take my jacket off, man. It's getting warm in this month. You know what I'm saying? Let me take this jacket off. But good morning. Throw that over there. Shit got warm in here all of a sudden. Good morning, man. Listen, salute to Prince, man. Prince Miller, man. One piece of the Preem team, man. Let me drop a bomb for sure. Let me see. Damn it, I didn't pay attention to the name of the channel. Hold on, let me get that information right now. Thanks for asking, and Gerald Prince Miller. Let me subscribe because I'm not subscribed yet. Subscribe to both brothers. Yes, sir. Yeah, salute to them, man. I'm gonna put a link to their channel in the description of this video, so y'all can go over there and show them some love, man. Prince Miller, biblical peace to the Supreme team, that everybody, the legendary Preem team. You know what I'm saying? That everybody hear about legendary. You know, 50 Cent. You done heard him talk about it in the Holy Quran. We done heard a lot of talk going on with Bimmy being a confidential informant. Preem has spoken out about that. This is Prince out doing an interview, I believe for the first time. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that. But why is that still on the screen now? Hold on, y'all. There you go. I believe this is his first interview since he's been out. And he addresses everything across the globe as far as what went on back then when the Preem team was on top of everything, when they was dealing with Irv Gotti and Murder Inc. 50 Cent, when he dropped that song, Holy Quran. His feelings behind that song. Did he think that was dry snitching? Did he have a problem with it? Did he hate it? Did he like it? He addresses everything, and I do believe that they do bring up Bimmy. Don't quote me on that, but I think that they do. This is a legendary interview. I'm sorry. I wanted to watch it when it first dropped, but I said I didn't want to do it without going live and doing it with the team. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to watch this with the team. So that's why I waited to do this this live and listen to this interview, this podcast that they're doing, because I didn't want to do it, just watch it on my own. I wanted to enjoy it with my Stand on the Media family, just to get live reactions and just be at all at legendary status. I'm from the West Coast, and we big up are legends over here, but I'll never forget the legends that are on the east or down south, up north, or anything like that, man. There's legends all across this globe that need to be commended when you live in the jungle that we come from and make it out of where we come from. Even if you've been to jail and did time, the fact that you got out and you made it out, that means you made it. When everything is stacked up against you, man, it's kind of hard to survive in this jungle. So when you see legendary status in front of you, it's to be commended. I'm not saying he did a lot of good. I'm not saying he did a lot of bad. I say he did the best he could in the circumstances that he had in the environment that we live in. So I'm not here to judge or dictate anything that he has done or said. That's not my job. My job is to give flowers and hold certain people accountable for the shit that they do on this internet. But as far as Prince Miller is the story as I heard it, was a beast. He was a problem out here in these streets. Goes in a and I don't mean that in no bad way either. You know what I mean? This shit did, man. There's no honor amongst thieves in these streets. Your best man will clap your ass if you if you give him the reason to. So shit. You made it. That's a plus. Giving Life 706 is in the building. Kid the Barber is in the building. Bloody Maine is in the building. D Tweezy definitely in the building. Man, salute to the squad, man. Salute to everybody that pulled up, man. I appreciate that, man. You know I do. I told you I was going to go live this morning from late last night. I started out a little late, man. I just wanted to kick back, man, and just reflect on life and thank God that a nigga woke up, Thank God that a nigga breathing in this motherfucker. So I just wanted to get my bearings up under me. But we here, baby. We here. Stand on the media. We here. I hope y'all can kind of see me. This motherfucking sun is really, this California sun is a beast, baby. Sheesh. Sheesh. Yo, legendary status right here, man. Prince Miller from the Supreme Team. The Supreme Team. Welcome home, brother. Salute to you, and nothing but success in the rest of your life, brother. I know you're going to have your head on right, but keep your head on the swivel. Because he talks about confidential informants and rats. Yeah, he talks about the different kinds, the CS2 backs of the world. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, Funk Face is in the building. We Gucci, brother. We Gucci. Yeah. Goes Bandera say he ready for snow. Hell no. Man, listen, when I lived in Washington State, man, I loved to see it, but I ain't love to live in it. Especially when it was bad and you really need to get to the store. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you need to go get something, nigga, and that shit was too thick. It was out of the question. You ain't got no chains on them tires. Even then, I ain't risk shit, bro. I couldn't stand when it snowed. That shit was bad work. Woo, 1 degree. Ooh, jeez, my nigga. I feel for you, my brother. I like it when it's cold. Don't get me wrong. I love it. I'd rather have it cold than hot any day. I can figure out ways to warm up. It's damn near impossible to cool down when it's super hot. That's just me, I'm just saying. But anyway, we're going to get to this content, man. Damn, giving like, what do you say, man? I can't even see this motherfucking son, man. But life real whacked and fucked him over. Yeah, man. Before we start, man, let me give a shout out to my queen, man. Salute to her, man. For always holding a nigga down, man. I appreciate it. Of course, I put a link to her new page on in the video on Instagram, man. Y'all go over there and support that new page, man. That motherfucker growing. She on her way out of here, She gonna pass up us little people, But salute to the queen. All right, man, we gonna get to the content. Look at my man Prince, brother. Welcome home. You know what I'm saying? You heard what he said, right? That's why you hear a lot of these confidential informants say, "Where's the work?" Who that sound like? That sounds familiar to me. I can't put my big ass glasses on it. I can't put these big ass glasses on it. But that sound like somebody, man. Y'all can't hear me? Don't tell me y'all can't hear no sound. Oh, did they clip me? Did they clip me? Y'all can't hear me? Nah, don't tell me that. They clipped me. Let me see. Everything up. Y'all still can't hear me? Damn. Y'all can't hear me? Can y'all hear the video? Y'all hear me, but y'all don't hear the video. Okay. Let me see. Man, I might have to leave and I might have to end it and come back. Cause there's audio on the video, for sure. I'm not playing it right now. I'm not playing it, but hold on. Let me see. Oh, no, that's on. Y'all, you know what? I got my phone right here. Let me see. Oh, it might be that too, though. Let me see. Hold on. I think that's connected. Let me see what the audio mixer doing. Oh, yeah, I see it. Yeah, I see it. Hold on. Wonder why the audio on the video. Let me try something real quick, man. I might have to leave back out and come back in. Hold on, y'all. Hey,
What's up, brother?
Hey, none how the brother, man.
All right.
I can hear that.
All right. Again, it is an honor to have you at this show. We are from Southside.
That's a fact.
You know what I'm saying? This show is from Southside. You are Southside. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Appreciate the comment.
Sounds
you know what I'm
like
saying? Dion said something, and he goes, if you can't tell a story without that person don't belong in the Hall of Fame. You can't tell the story of Southside without Prince or Supreme. If that ain't Hall of Fame, I don't know what is.
That's a fact.
That's a big
You know what I'm
fact.
saying? Like,
fact, yeah.
so we got to give you your honors. We got to give you your flowers because you don't have to do this.
Welcome home, Prince. Salute, man. Salute to Dominic Mayweather in the building. Kid the Barber in the building. Alex Mack is in the building. Phone Face is in the building. We in the building in this bitch, man. We a real big deal on here, man. You too, man. We a big deal out here, man. Best supporting group in the game. Hands down, it ain't even close. I'm just saying.
You know what I'm saying? You here to help the youth. I am one of those youth. You I guess would say influence because I'm younger than you, and all I would do is respect you or remember you for the good things you did for the community. I mean, don't get it wrong, you definitely have made some mistakes, but you paid for those already.
Indeed.
You know what I'm
34
saying?
34 years and 6 months.
Wow. Wow.
You did it the right way.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure.
Now I'm out here and I'm trying to make a difference, trying to educate children, teenagers, and young adults to prevent them from following my footsteps.
Yeah.
That's what I'm about. Yeah.
I like to hear that.
How old was you? How old are you right now?
I just turned 40.
40?
Yeah.
40. Well, you subtract.
85.
Yeah, so subtract 34 years and 6 months from 40, and what would you have? What would that be?
34 years. That was
Northside's in the building. Drop a bomb for Northside is in the building. To the people that pulled up in the chat right now, but ain't in the comment section, salute to y'all. Y'all in the building, man. Appreciate that. Dude, just do me a favor though. Hit that like button, please. Hit that like button. I appreciate it. Share the live if you can. I appreciate that too. But most importantly, hit that like button so we can get deep in this algorithm. Give these brothers more of a platform for what they did for us already on this video. I know they don't need it, but you know, it's always encouraged. So let's get to it.
Probably was six.
He was a baby.
A baby.
Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, you would...
Uda on the go in the building. First game shooter. First game shooter. If you ain't on my nigga Uda page, man, I don't know what you niggas is doing. He got one of the hottest songs as an intro that I done seen on YouTube. I swear to God. I think I got him #1, and I got the Compromise dude, and FA at #2. I ain't gonna lie. And FA compromised like a mother, but that nigga song that I get you whack, that shit not. But Uda #1 though. Uda got the best intro song I done heard in the game on YouTube. Swear to God. You ain't heard it, go check out Uda on the go. This ain't me capping, this ain't me over exaggerating. Don't take my word for it. Go listen to it. Uda, first game shooter, that shit bang. Salute to you, Uda.
What you heard was things from people that told you things and stuff like that, like, you know, things I probably would do, because every time you see ice cream trucks come around, I'm buying all the kids stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking the whole ice cream truck and selling it out. It helps the business of the ice cream truck, and it helps the kids. So you probably heard a lot of different stories, but
sorry, Prince, we gonna get to it. Yeah, that black, that shit do knock too. That's what I'm saying. Like, he compromised, but that nigga could he could make a song though. You know what I'm saying? It was compromised ass, but that nigga could make a song. I ain't no hater. That's what I ain't. Shit, nigga, if it's fire, it's fire. You know what I'm saying? But it ain't fucking with that first game shooter. That shit Uda got, it ain't fucking with it, nigga. That shit, nigga, make you want to go do something. That shit make you want to go do something. That Uda song go hard, my nigga. Salute to you.
You know, not some things I'm proud of, some things I'm not. But I'm home now, and I'm trying to make a difference in a positive way.
You are making a difference. You're not
Ain't
trying.
No question.
You are
My
making
man
a
Bug
difference.
Out and G. What's
No,
up?
man.
Y'all good?
That's all right. You know
question.
you out more. You know that.
question.
It's a good story stick. You know.
Thank you,
real.
brother. Appreciate that.
I guess I want to start at the beginning. You know, like, what was it like growing up? Did you have your parents? What was childhood like?
Of course, I grew up in South Jamaica. At the time when I was growing up, I can remember back, I think I was 10 years old, you know, my moms and pops, you know, they worked. They struggled, but they worked.
Right.
You know, I got 2 brothers, and I got a sister, younger brother, older brother. You know, and one thing about my parents, they always made ends meet. But it was always a struggle when I was young, as it was for a lot of families in South Jamaica at that time.
Yeah.
You're talking about 1973. And
that was the Claudine years.
Things were hard back then.
Right.
You know, it was a lot of families going through it, and the neighborhoods were rough, and you know, that's just what it was. But you know, you learn from the struggle. You know, so I just wanted to do it another way, different than what my father did. I didn't feel like struggling.
What was he?
He was a motorman. He was a train conductor. Then he was a motorman. He drove trains for a living.
So
he retired doing that too.
So you knew that early that you didn't want to. I guess.
Well, you know, sometimes you have a misperception about life when you're a kid,
right?
And you see people struggling, and you see them going through hard times, and you take it as if you don't want to go through that. But actually, that hard times define your character. So, but when you're a kid, you don't see that. You know what I mean? My thing is that I just took it to the streets and just did it a different way. You know, that's all.
So when did you? What you about to say?
No, I was just gonna ask him, what schools did you go to around?
I went to PS 116, which was in Bricktown, tough little elementary school.
Right.
Then I went to IS 8.
Right. Another tough school.
Another tough school. And IS 8 was we lived in an apartment building, 109, that's 15 Merrick Boulevard.
Right.
And it was right across the street, right a couple of blocks from IS 8. And after the killing of Clifford Glover, a 10-year-old kid. I was 10 years old at the time. Clifford Glover was 10 years old at the time.
Wow.
He was walking with his father to work on the weekends because he helps his father out, and they was approached by police officers in an unmarked car with no uniforms on, and they told him to stop, called them names, hey niggas, and they ran, and he got shot in the back. They wasn't doing anything wrong.
Oh, wow.
And after that happened, it was some riots, which at 10 years old we was involved in, me and a couple of other people that I grew up with. But after that, we moved from there, and we moved closer to Baisley Projects. You know? Yeah. Yeah.
So what happened during that time? Like, what did they march and riot and?
Oh yeah, they marched, they riot. I ain't gonna even call it a riot. I'm gonna say uprising. I'm gonna say.
Pardon me, legend. He a legend in the game for real. But my man Swagger Low is in the building. Drop a bomb for Swagger Low North Side is in the building. Who did I miss? I missed somebody else. I got you, Funk Face, right? I got you, didn't I? Alex Mack, I got you. Yeah, I think we Gucci. Let's go.
Say a protest. I don't want to use the word riot.
I got you.
You know what I'm saying? But it was serious. You know what I'm saying? And I happened to be out there the night of the wake, and I was 10, and a lot of people was out there. That different gangs at the time that existed, and then you had a lot of 5%ers that was out there, and you know, and we happened to be out there, and we was involved in it, and it was wow. The first time I ever been involved in something like that. Yeah.
You wanted to finish off with the high school. What was the high school you wanted to?
I went to high school. I went to August Martin High School.
Alumni, August Martin alumni.
It was August Martin when you was growing up, or Woodrow Wilson?
It was. I think it was Woodrow Wilson at the time, but they changed it from August Martin.
Yeah.
Right, so I just call it August Martin. I also went to Francis Lewis. And I might have even went to Springfield High. I'm not sure. I've been to 3 different high schools, man, because I was.
Was that fighting and all that? Was that being kind of a knucklehead or tough?
Yeah, I probably was a.
Salute to my queen. She just pulled up. She's in the building, just stopping by. I know you got a busy schedule, busy day, so thank you for pulling up and showing love. You know, I always appreciate you for that. You know. That's my best teammate right there. She be holding your boy down, keeping me level-headed, and I love it. Appreciate you, Queen. Thank you.
A little bit of a knucklehead. I definitely probably was that. Yeah.
I mean, it don't seem like it was like a
Mikey
tumultuous.
Mikey B in the building.
House.
God, they pulling up today. Mikey B in the building, man. Salute to Mikey B. Bloody man again. Let's get it. Swagger Low. I don't even know if I said you. Swagger Low again. Let's get it.
Whole within your household, outside of like the struggles of every other poor black family. How did you get into selling drugs, though?
Well, you know. Oh, and I gotta do it, man. Go support her page on Instagram, man. I'm gonna put a link to the page in the description of this video, man. Please go over there and support that page, man. She growing. You know what I'm saying? Go support that movement, man. I appreciate y'all for showing up and showing her support. Thank you.
In the neighborhood, that's what mainly I saw. And a lot of times you see what's in your environment and you mimic what you see.
Okay.
And so as a 5%er, because after the Clifford Glover protest and the killing of Clifford Glover, that's when I became a 5%er. And as a 5%er, you're not even supposed to sell drugs, really. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, but a fraction of us peeled that way, and because it was lucrative at the time. We seen that it was lucrative at the time, and we got into that lifestyle.
So being a 5%er, knowing, you know, supposed to be the poor righteous teachers, basically, how did you rationalize selling drugs to yourself?
Well, you can't make something wrong right, but my thing was, you know, I wasn't going to be in there doing it for a long period of time.
Okay.
You know, we ended up going to, I started off selling marijuana, first of all. That's the first drug I was selling, and then it graduated from there. And so I had went up north, and matter of fact, no, we went, after we started selling, after I was selling marijuana, me and a friend of mine named Education, we end up going to the 150th Street, because I saw my uncle down there with people. My uncle was down there selling on the block with others that was down there.
Yeah, that was a house. That was like a hub.
Lorenzo Fat Cat Nichols was down there, and so him and Preem was selling drugs, for a guy named Time. Me and Education was selling drugs for a guy named. We would be inside the door, or he'll be inside, I'll be outside, and we were selling drugs out there. So we graduated down there because we saw others doing it, and it was lucrative, and we started selling it. We still was educating ourselves and educating others in 5%, being a 5%. I would actually tell other people, don't do it. And then I was doing that on the side. The only way we rationalized is that we making money, and we wasn't going to do it for a long time. That was before we actually became what would become known as the Supreme Team. So we was selling drugs for the older crew down there and whatnot. And,
I got you.
And they gave us a shot, and we took advantage of it before we peeled off and started doing our own thing and whatnot.
Like Preem Team was known. Were they a known group before that?
It was just loose people doing their thing.
Got you.
You know what I'm saying? Loosely, everybody was doing their thing. The police was crooked. They was letting you do it. It was open season. It was like you can, it was
Sure.
you can do what you want to do. That block on 50th Street was just
Like
everybody was coming in.
up there.
Yeah, it was deep.
42nd Street.
Yeah.
So, did your uncle know? For the record, your uncle is Kenneth Supreme McGriff.
Yeah. Sure.
Another good brother. We interviewed his son.
I did not know that.
So
I didn't know that.
His son did a podcast here
That's
before?
crazy.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
definitely did.
Okay.
Yeah, P2, that's our good friend. That's like my
That's
brother,
good
man.
love,
Like, for real. Like, did he know you was...
Swagger, you been had that wrench, man. Salute to you, my guy. I be trying to remember who is who. That's why I be wanting to delegate that type of shit, because I don't be on it. You know what I'm saying? It's not that I don't be wanting to give a wrench. It's just sometimes, nigga, I just don't be on it like that. You know what I'm saying? But, just like Northside hit me, just hit me. You been around enough, you got it. No problem. You know what I'm saying? But salute to you, though, bro.
was selling...
But I did not know that Supreme was his uncle. Damn, nigga, that's crazy. This shit legendary right here. This legendary status. Welcome home, Prince. Real nigga held it down.
When you started selling, like...
Who? My uncle?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was there first. He was on the block first, and then I came after that.
Did he give you advice like, don't do this, or it was like...
I don't remember if he did
You
it.
can remember, right?
I don't remember if he did it. Didn't it? Wouldn't have mattered because
of course not.
Because I saw him doing it, so I'm gonna do it. He might have gave me advice, man. Be smart, maybe. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And whatnot.
Did he? That's why. And I guess that would be my next question. Like, did he give you a lot of game as far as working in that business?
Yeah, I learned. I'm a quick learner on anything I do. I watch, I listen, I look, I pay attention, and I watched and I studied it and whatnot. And so I play chess. I've been playing chess since I was 8 years old, and so I was in tournaments and everything. So if you always play chess, in order to win in chess, you got to think 8 moves ahead. So I was always trying to pay attention and whatnot. When I was on the block, I was learning fast. You know what I mean?
So how did the Supreme Team form then?
The Supreme. I went to prison afterwards. I got arrested with some people.
What year was this?
This was in 1981, I think.
Okay.
That's for weed? It was for weed?
Nah, that was for a robbery at the time, and I just happened to be coming out the store, and I got out. They was going. The truth is, I was coming out the store, and they were going to back around the way, and I got in the car, right, with a turkey sandwich, and I didn't realize what happened.
Oh man!
And so what happened was, now we in the chase, and we driving through, and when the car crashed, we got out to run, cause I'm running now, and we all got caught.
Wow.
And I stood up as always. You know what I'm saying? I learned from my uncles, keep your mouth shut. You know what I'm saying? And my man Rasheem stood up, and but the other guy, he didn't. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And we end up getting time.
Wow.
You know
How
what I'm
long?
saying?
How long?
I got 1.5 to 4.5.
Wow.
My man Raheem got 1 to 3. Cause I had a felony
Just for
before,
jumping
so I
in the
got
car.
more than Rod got.
Crazy.
Rod got 1 to 3. I got 1.5 to 4.5. The other dude got time. I don't remember how much time he got, but he had a prior felony as well. You know?
How old was you at the time?
How old was I? I don't remember the age at the time. You know what I'm saying? But
You was already a born.
See, when I was growing up, especially like in particular in the hood that I live in right now, this is the hood I grew up in. I grew up in the front hoods. Around that time, I ain't saying there wasn't no real reputable OGs around that time. I'm not saying that at all, but I'm saying in my particular time, you know, it wasn't too many niggas I looked up to. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't that many that I looked up to. You can hear me now? Please tell me you can hear me better. I didn't gravitate to the OG shit. You know what I'm saying? Because at that age, I'm going to the store. OG nigga asking me for money. I never respected that. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, how you older than me, asking me for money, my lunch money. So I didn't gravitate to the old niggas, to the old heads like that. You know what I'm saying? But the ones that I did though, from different areas, different sections, had a temperament just like Prince. Like my pops, his temperament just like Prince. I'm molded into that. I'm like that, but I'm more sociable when I want to be. You get what I'm saying? Like the temperament Prince had and like my pops have, you rarely gonna see them on a high frequency. Just a more lower temperament, paying attention to everything, moving it, and always thinking. Them the type of OGs that I gravitated to. And 50 said it best. How nigga? Why I'ma listen to an OG who ain't got no information to offer me? What the fuck can you offer me? You ain't got nothing to offer me. Fuck, I look like, you know what I'm saying? Looking up to you. You get me? So if an old head didn't have nothing to offer me, and I'm not talking financially, I'm talking about just knowledge, nuggets, gems, something. Fuck, I look like looking up to you. I'm not saying a nigga don't respect you, but a nigga saying a nigga you ain't got nothing to offer me. You know? Yeah, Prince give me that vibe, bro. Like that real chill, mellow temperament, paying attention to everything, always thinking. You know what I'm saying? Always observing. Yeah. I can see it now. You know what I'm saying? I see why he was successful for so long in what he was doing. Because a lot of OGs that move like him are.
Hustling at that time.
No, I was actually on my way. I was asking him to drop me off on 150th Street.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah. This is just a true story. I was living in Long Island.
Yeah.
You know, on 451 Fulton Avenue. And it was a supermarket right across the street. And it was just the almost unluckiest shit.
Yeah.
I should have, like, you know, knew that they was, when I seen, but I seen the car. Y'all going back around the way. Yo, get in, hurry up. I got in. We driving off, and boop. Next thing you know, it was a wrap.
That's
Yeah, it was a wrap.
That's just luck of the draw right there.
Yeah, luck of the draw. Yeah.
Word.
But
So you get out.
yeah, I get out. Now at that time, the Preem had already had the team formulated, and I came out and smoothly transitioned right into it.
Did you come?
And it wasn't nepotism either.
That's what I was gonna ask
it
you.
wasn't nepotism because I started from the bottom.
I got you. I was going to ask you.
I was given something so small, and I turned it into something. And I got two of my closest comrades, both passed away now. I said, Cooley, knowledge, let's get money. In fact, I think Preem put me with one of them. I knew Knowledge already from the projects. I knew Cooley from the area. And so we got down there, and it was just us three. And then we started doing our part of the team with Preem and them. And we was building. And we was doing so good on the block, you know what I'm saying? And Preem he let me do a separate thing, but it's still with the team, you see? And so it was, that's how it started.
It gave you
That's
more
how I
responsibility as you
Yeah, because I proved myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
I read this in Corey Piquet's book. I'm a business major. I got my MBA and all of that stuff.
And before you go further, just so everybody know, I'm just giving you the history because you asked me the questions.
That's a fact.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
I do not glamorize the past of what was done, basically. But in order to show the kids and teach them about living a decent life or messing with that street life and what it can get you if you do, you want them to see it fully so that they make their own judgments about what is right and what is wrong. Because if they don't see the whole picture of that life, then they'll get a misperception. If they only believe what people speak about, rap about, or talk about, and don't really see how the dynamics of that life,
the consequences of some of those decisions that you make. That's what I love. I'm picking up what he putting down, and I respect OGs that do this right here. See, this is the right way. That shit CS2 Back is out there doing, he done sold us out, brother. So if you have any hope that that nigga gives a damn about us and as a culture in our community, you a goddamn fool. You a damn fool. And you go over there and keep supporting that damn fool. This is people like this is who you need to be supporting. He gonna give you the right message, cause he ain't talking to us. He ain't talking to us. That nigga preaching to them babies.
they can make a wrong choice.
I agree.
You got to show them that the people that you hustle around.
Shantae Cooper, the lovely Shantae Cooper's in the building. Salute to you, Queen. Thank you for pulling up. Wolf Game is in the building. Salute to you, Queen. I appreciate you.
May not stand up if they get arrested. And they may put you in jail so they can be out with their kids so you can't be with yours.
Right.
See, they might think that you can't lose your life in that game. You know, they might think that hustling, you should use drugs instead of hustling drugs. I mean, you can learn so much, but you got to give it to them raw. So when we speak about the past, it's only to educate them into the future of the choices that you make.
Yeah.
Because everything is a choice. So we made choices back then that cost me 34 years in prison, right? And so when we speak, we're not here glamorizing that life. Although we speaking about it, it's not to glamorize it.
Right.
You feel me? And because a lot of people, you know, you got these podcasters these days. They, you know, and that's another thing. I'm gonna maybe cut back to it later. You got these podcasters that sit up there trying to get the clicks and the subscribers and get the check and everything. But they ain't keeping it actually thorough, a lot of them.
Exactly.
There's many that do. I can actually name them, but I don't need to get into that. But there's some that's full of crap. And that's the reason why I will be doing a podcast soon. Once a week. And what I'm gonna do once a week is address all the crap that these fake podcasters speak about on that they speak about on their platforms.
Right.
That's right.
I'm gonna take it and tear it apart if it's fake.
Yeah.
Cause on my podcast, anything that's said is gonna be real. It's gonna be thorough. The people that I invite is gonna be proper. It'll be entertainers. It'll be rappers. It'll be regular people from the street, and we're gonna talk thorough.
What about us?
Huh?
What about us?
Oh, y'all, I'm sitting here with y'all.
Right.
You know, a person might ask me, why would you do a podcast with a smaller,
On a small platform.
a small platform? You know what I tell them?
What you tell them?
I say, first of all, I hustled here. I ran this whole area around here, right? Why would I not come to give some individuals who trying to create their platform, why would I not appear before them, black-owned business, upcoming black-owned business,
we want to say thank you, bro.
and help?
For real.
We want to say thank you,
But let me finish and help them out with their platform. I don't care if nobody else want to speak to me because I started small. That don't bother me because it's not about starting big or small. I feel like you should give an opportunity to people who, you know, deserve it. And then I see
Can
somebody.
I clap that up? I'm not cutting you off. I want to clap that up what you just said, bro.
No,
You know what I'm
for
saying?
real.
Ain't no question. And let me just refine it even more. If nobody helped the little man and always went to the big man, then the little man ain't got a shot.
That's a fact.
So
got
yo,
that right.
you know,
Word.
I mean, I ain't no, I don't see myself as no big person to be interviewed or not be interviewed.
Yeah.
I know when I speak, I'm gonna speak some real stuff. I'm gonna speak the truth. It ain't gonna be no crap. It's just like Preem. When we say something out our mouth, when we speak and say something, one thing we gonna do, we gonna speak the truth, and we not gonna play games with our words. Take it or leave it, cause we rarely speak. So I'm speaking with y'all now. I may not speak or may speak to some other podcast. But whenever I speak, it's going to be substantive. It's going to be real. And you can take it for what it is.
Right.
I'm definitely not them other characters that you see on up there. But when I do kick that podcast off once a week, it's going to be thorough. And people are going to say, yo, I'm going to watch that every week. Because you're going to walk away from there, not only with education, but with knowledge. And it don't matter if you're a child, a teenager, or a young adult. You know? And that's why I said, you know what, I'm going to come here. Because, you know, you give the little guy a shot. You know?
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Speaking of knowledge, again, I'm a business major. I'm always infatuated with how business is done. He broke down the way you guys had a system of selling drugs where it was like, it was a 9 to 5. They was 3 shifts. People had certain positions and you had to work it. If you guys didn't go to college. Like, that's Fortune 500. You ran a Fortune 500 company. Like, understand what that is. Like, that ain't no small feat.
Yeah, no, it's not. It took a lot of work.
How did that happen? Like, where did y'all get these ideas from? And how did y'all implement it to the point where you guys made some significant cash? Allegedly. No, it wasn't allegedly. It was reality. And then to be honest with you, contrary to what people think, we don't talk about it because, you know, we don't try to brag about nothing. We sold weight too. We sold keys too. Right. We just people who know. You know what I'm saying? Right.
And it was a time when my uncle was out. He showed. We had stuff on the street and we had weight, you know, and we had all sorts, you know what I'm saying, of drugs, really, you know what I'm saying, heroin back in those days, stuff like that. But when he went to jail, my mission was to expand, and we expanded, and we kept it going 24 hours a day. We did that, what you just said. And
so, where you was getting those ideas from?
That shit was, to me, it was incredible. Like,
you know, we just had it. It was around the shift, and what we did. I studied in jail. I went to college in prison when I was upstate. So I studied business, and I came home with that acumen, and I implemented it into the streets. I went and I was not only studying that, I was also reading a lot of books and on the side, and we kept it going 24 hours, like you said. You know what I'm saying? And shit. But we had certain things that we wouldn't do. We wasn't gonna sell to pregnant women. We wasn't selling to no kids and shit like that. That's something that we said we would do. I did that myself with Cooley knowledge and them, and we just started doing that. You know what I'm saying? And whatnot. But like I said, nobody's proud of that. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is.
But you know those things show that you had a conscience. You had morals. You had ethics, even in the midst of making misguided decisions and stuff like that.
Yeah, you know, and it was a song. I think Jay-Z said it was "Change Clothes." Inside that song, he said he don't knock. He wasn't trying to. In there, it was a verse in there where he said, "I don't knock what you do for money." You know what I'm saying, because you're back against the wall, this and that. So you know, I would tell people today, there's always another way. Like right now, that game is dead. That drug game. I would never be in today's time selling drugs, man. You know what I'm saying? And even back then, I didn't have to do that. I could have took another route. You feel me? But the point is, that's not how I saw it.
Right.
When you grow up in a certain environment, all you can see is that. There was no internet.
No.
There was no Instagram, and you couldn't see the world like that. All you saw was right there in front of you, the suffering. You know what I'm saying? And so the selling drugs was you thought was a way out. You know what I'm saying? It actually was a way into the penitentiary.
In 1985, your uncle goes away. He leaves it to you. What did that feel like to be the leader? To have basically you kind of had like the weight of an entire organization, a Fortune 500 company. You know, how did that feel, and what was your vision? And that had to be a lot.
Well, when Preem went away in '85, I ended up going away later on myself, but then I came right back out. But it was, remember, I had my side of the team, but I was also able to be in control of everything, you know what I'm saying, that was there, because he had lieutenants for everything, you know what I'm saying? So what I did, though, was...
Tyrone Hurd is in the building. Tyrone Hurd is in the building. Salute my brother. Appreciate you pulling up. Much love to you. Tyrone Hurd been here for a minute, huh? Tell me in the comment section, man. How many y'all remember seeing him on a frequent basis, so we can add him to the wrench game? Talk to me.
Organize it to the T, like to the T. We had security. We had everything. It was organized to the T. You had people that did bagged up, people that did different things. It was organized to the T, and it got more organized because I was I always liked to study military and study organizations and stuff. So I was on some security-minded, organized stuff. You know what I mean? And we really shaped it into like organized crime in a way. So,
right. You know what's when you organize like that, right? You probably was thinking at that time you would never get caught.
We always think that. Everybody,
but you were so organized, though.
Like,
so
you had it down to a T, man.
Everybody thinks they ain't never gonna get caught.
Yeah.
But most of the people, like Preem always said, we're not in this forever. We getting up out of here. But he also said, if you can't serve a life sentence, he didn't say, I don't know where they got the 10-year shit from. If you can't do life, get out the way.
Yeah.
Because you might get more than 10 years. Man, if you can't do life, get the fuck out the way. You're in the wrong business, because you might face life. So that lifestyle is something, man.
It is.
Because you'd be surprised that that's why I try to tell kids now. Anytime I speak, I try to tell them, leave them streets alone. Because when it comes to doing the time part, a whole different ball game.
Sure is.
You know
How old was you when you went in?
I think for the Fed bit, I think I was 27 maybe.
Damn.
I think I was 27 or 28.
Damn.
27, 28 years old. March 21st, 1990.
Right. Because I think they tried to put a murder rap, like a triple homicide on you.
Yeah, they did. They tried to, I was in prison and they accused me of ordering it, but it's not true. It was a lie. Because first of all, you got to think about it. Them people are bringing us so much money.
Yeah.
The Colombians. They're bringing so much money. And I told them, because I had to go to prison, man, we shut down.
Right.
But of course, they want to make money and they continue, and that was on them. But I never ordered them. That's why I beat it, for real, So, but that story's getting ready to come out. I don't want to give too much story.
Okay.
That's gonna come out. That's gonna come out in the Supreme Team series.
Okay.
That's when that'll come out.
Okay.
So
that was incredible.
And it's gonna be deep.
Because I was watching
you finally get the real from that.
Right.
I was found not guilty, state and federal.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And it was the rats in the case who pulled. That's all I can say for now. That pulled a scam.
Wow.
Not none of the solid men in the case. You feel me? So
But to hear that, Tom, though, did it make you like?
Yeah, before you say that, because we kind of on the same page. When all that stuff was, when you got arrested, March. You said March
1990.
I know it was March of 1990. Like, what was going through your head when that whole thing was coming? Like, that got to be incredible. And to stand tall. Everybody, clearly, everybody don't do that.
Yeah, everybody don't do that. That's hard. It's hard to know that you can face the rest of your life, and then this is the reason. And this is something else I wanted to talk about too.
Right. Talk about.
Because I don't want to get into too much detail, but I want to explain something to your viewers and to whoever else watches this.
Okay.
Right.
You got rats, you got informants, and you got confidential informants. These are three different things. Rats take the stand, whether it be grand jury or trial. And informants give information and don't necessarily have to ever take the stand. But then you got confidential informants. They are the worst because they provide information and they wear the cloth of respectable criminals. When in reality, they're the ones feeding the information to the authorities while you're doing your thing, and they are right there with you doing your thing. And the thing with the rats, the difference between the rats, the informants, and the confidential informants is, it's very hard to get papers on the confidential informant, and the confidential informant knows it. And that's why you hear most confidential informants say, "Where's the work?"
Oh, wow.
See, and the reason why that happens is because they know their handlers protect their work so seriously. Now, that's not to speak about no in particular person. I'm just speaking in general. I'm speaking in general in a general sense because I want to educate the public.
Right.
And I'm hoping, and that's the reason why I took this small but respectable podcast. Before putting my own out and before appearing on any others. In my podcast, I'm gonna get specific about the individuals that I'm talking about. And I'm gonna provide you with the proof so you can see how it works. I will bring papers to show you the difference between a rat, an informant, and a confidential informant. And it's not because I'm not trying to hurt nobody, because that's not my intention. I don't live that way no more. I don't want to have a problem with nobody, right? But I want to educate everybody. So my job is to educate the youth, because if I see some youngsters thinking about trying to sell drugs in the street, right? And they got people around them, I want to let them know it may not go the way you think.
Right.
Because some of the people around you might be the people that take you away for the rest of your life from your family.
Yeah.
So I'm going to teach and educate about law, the system. I'm going to talk about news. I'm going to speak to some solid rappers, some entertainers, and we're going to talk real and we're going to be thorough. Once a week, I'm going to have it. I'm going to look at all the blogs, and every time I see people talking, I'm going to be writing down what they're saying, and then I'm going to have that 1 day a week podcast, and we're going to lay it out and cut up. And when I'm finished, the people who are watching those fake podcasts, they'll be watching mine and people like yours and the thorough ones that you see. You know, Gilio and them, they got good. They join us good. You know what I'm saying? And there's a couple of others. I like Drink Champs. I like a bunch of these podcasts. A couple of Jada and Joe. I like certain podcasts. You know what I'm saying? But for the ones that are milking the system,
we gonna say Bag Fuel too. They rock with us. SO and them. He from Southside.
I'm getting new to this. I don't know. I don't know everybody. I might have left a whole bunch of good ones out. Because I don't know all of them. But guess what?
He's Queens. That's why I brought that up.
But listen, I'm gonna start watching every last one of them because what I'm seeing going now, I'm so glad to see it. We trying to sell a documentary that's educational about law, order, and the courts and the system.
Right.
Instead of focusing on the real things, people pick up on a small little thing,
right,
and run with it, right, as if that was the most important thing. Right. Nobody even cares about that little thing that they running with. That's something that's irrelevant. But since y'all want to make it a topic, I'm gonna make it a topic now, and now I'm gonna address everything. And what I'm gonna do in mine, I'm gonna make sure that people know the difference, like I said, between a rat, an informant, a confidential informant. I'm gonna let them understand how the system works. And there are people who, you got the thing about life is this. You got people who act like they want to be gangsters, right? But then don't want you to know that they pranksters. That they don't want you to know that they were scared to death to do that time.
Right.
Or they want you to know that They don't want you to know that they're confidential informants. They don't want you to know that they rats.
Right.
They don't want you to know that they informers.
Right.
You got to be one or the other. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And you can't play games because people playing games with people's lives with their fake words.
Wake that up. I love what he talking. I'm picking up what he putting down, but I just got to get some honorable mentions in the chat, man. Did I already hit Dominique Mayweather? I don't know, but I'm going to hit you anyway. Usual Johnson is in the building. Who else is in the building? Did I miss anybody? Steffi Weffy is in the building. Giving Life 706 in the building. Check it out. TV's in the building. I hope you still on the live and don't think that I missed you. Fantasy Bambi's in the building. Salute to you, Queen. Appreciate you being here, you know. Tyrone Hurd, I already knew you was in the building. I think that's it, right? All right, we good.
So influence.
Right, and it's bad for the kids. And It's bad for the kids watching. It's bad for society. You got people now glorifying people like Nicky Barnes.
Fantasy Bambi.
They'll do a movie about Nicky Barnes, Frank Lucas, these dudes who didn't honor anything.
Right.
But just because they made some money. No, I was always told by Preem, right? Let me cut.
Gotta turn.
I was always told by Preem, right? Preem always say this all the time.
Hit that like button, please.
We don't respect people just because they got money. That's for suckers to do. We respect people when you see the.
Let's talk about it. Just because you got money don't mean shit. It's about that integrity, what you stand for. What's your moral compass like? Let's see that. Let's get to that. Zip with the drip. Let's get to that. What that moral compass like? What type of man is you? When you stand for something, you a sheep or a wolf. Let's get to that. Salute to Zip with the drip. That's my guy. Let's go.
Struggles they went through, how they handled their struggles, and who they helped along the way. I could care less about how much money somebody got. I made money too. And I could still make money. That's not what impresses me. What impresses me, how did you handle your struggles? How did you handle the things when you were tested? How did you handle yourself when you were tested? So a lot of these people who were tested folded, but they want to hide the fact that they fold.
Shame.
You see, and now you got podcasters pumping this stuff, and they tricking.
Ain't that? Hold on, let me let them finish.
The kids, the teenagers, children, and young adults, they tricking them about that life.
How many times y'all done heard me say that, man? How many times y'all done heard me preach that, man? That's what they out here doing. They tricking the babies, man. That no jumper crap, that's what they doing over there on purpose. It's designed that way. They tricking the babies. I'm going to tell you right now, Prince going to have a problem because you know who not going to have it? CS2 back. And he's already starting with this Bimmy and Preem shit. It's going to be a problem in this space, man. I'm telling you now, it's coming. And I think Prince know it. When you get to talking like this, oh yeah, these niggas get spooked. Because it's the truth. These niggas out here manipulating our babies, man. They leading them to the slaughter. It's what they doing. It's a fact.
There ain't gonna be no tricks when my podcast come out. And I'm glad that y'all called me here because I've been wanting to say something. I've been trying to be quiet and just focus on doing movies, documentaries, and my books coming out.
The documentary of Supreme Truth is great too. Just to let you know.
Hey, listen, it be getting rave reviews. Yeah. Everybody said it. Hey, look, I can prove it. I can take all the people who've been let me tell you something. I love my supporters. The people who support me on Instagram or Facebook or Vimeo, the people that I read all y'all messages, man. I may not be able to answer a lot, but I read all of them, and I'm telling you, man, this is why I look at the people who support people like the Nas supporters, Jay-Z supporters, Mary J. Blige supporters. I look at you know why supporters like they people they for is because they feel an attachment to them as being real, right? And these are entertainers though and stuff, right? But when it comes to podcasters, I'm going to do my best to siphon from these fake jokers all their people. The only people that won't come to my joint is people who are just like the fake dudes that they be listening to.
Right.
They either twisted mentally,
Yeah.
they either sham artists, they either hot themselves or something,
Yeah.
whatever it is. But when I finish speaking and breaking down what I see, they'll be moving away from them and coming to me. And it's gonna be vicious. That's why I can only do once a week.
Yeah.
Because this ain't my thing, man.
Yeah, yeah.
But I gotta speak to the people now.
Right, right.
It's, for instance, my uncle, he locked up.
Yeah.
He put out a documentary. It ain't about no small issue. It's about his life, his freedom, and what happened to his case, right?
Yeah, it was an injustice.
But he's not out here to speak for himself now. And I don't mean to take up all the questions here. Y'all don't know me speak, right? So now he's not out here to speak for himself.
Right. Because I was getting into that anyway.
I don't like speaking like this.
Yeah.
I really don't. But now they done energized me where I'm going to do it, right? And so I got to speak up for him.
Yeah.
You got people saying crazy stuff. You got one guy, the dude got the podcast, and I ain't even going to say the dude's name. I'm just going to speak about the issue, right? Because I speak about the dude himself on my joint.
Right.
You got a dude that made a podcast. Anybody know when you accuse somebody of something that they was never been charged with, as if they did a crime, you automatically liable. You can't even win that suit. If I was to say something about somebody, a criminal act to somebody that they didn't do, right? I accuse them of something they didn't do, I can be held for defamation of character, right?
Right.
And it's hard, you can't even win that one. It's a certain kind of defamation, right? You got dudes that get on the podcast and accuse a man of a crime that he ain't never been convicted of, right? So now, one particular dude accused my uncle of a crime, right? Back in the days, a dude accused you of something and they trying to destroy your reputation, you're in front of your kids is watching, the kids see things or whatever, you accusing somebody of doing something they didn't do or whatever it is, whether you think they did it or not. Back in the days, you handle that shit differently.
Right.
But nowadays, and especially with people who did 34 years, people trying to come home, people trying to live their life right, we ain't trying to go back to jail. We trying to enjoy life, enjoy our children, our grandchildren, right? And so you have to think, well, dude say, oh man, he put the police on me because the police had to bring a defamation suit to a man's door, right? Because you defamed him and accused him of crimes he didn't commit in front of the world. And now you crying because you getting ready to pay, my man. And then you go on and you make some more stuff recently. And then all he's gonna do is add to the lawsuit. And so now he crying as you're taking food out my kid's mouth. What about what you said? You accused this man of three different crimes.
Trying to destroy his reputation.
So that is not telling or snitching because a dude put a defamation suit on you. Nobody's stupid. We know what snitching is.
Yeah.
We know what ratting is. We know what telling is. If a lady gets a purse stolen and she goes to the precinct and says, this guy stole my purse, she ain't snitching, ratting, or informing. She's a law-abiding citizen doing her job. She got robbed. She's not a gangster. She's not a tough guy. She ain't gonna shoot the dude in the head for grabbing her purse. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
She got to go to the police because she's a law-abiding citizen.
Yeah.
I wouldn't even call her no rat.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
100%.
What I call ratting, informing, and snitching is when you a part of something, you oath that you ain't never gonna do that. You oath that you can do life and whatever it takes, regardless if you ever get caught for what you did. But then you turn around and when shit happen, you either openly telling on the stand or you quietly telling, you know what I'm saying, in the grand jury, or you straight up and down, straight confidential informant. You feel me?
Right.
And like I told you about confidential informants before, there is work on them, but not the kind of work you would see from a straight rat or an informant. See, a rat and informant, you see the grand jury transcripts, you see trial transcripts, you see DD5s, UC 305s. I'm gonna explain what those are in my podcast, right? These are documents where people give things to the police officers or to the agents and whatnot, right? Stay with me for a minute.
I'm here.
And so, right? But in confidential informants, all you see is CS1, CS2, CS this, CS that.
Right.
Right? Confidential informants. Hence the word confidential informants. But the key.
We all know who CS2 back is. We all know who CS2 back is. This is who he talking about.
Key is this. The key is with the confidential informants is the people whose case it is know better than anybody, because the people whose case it is know who was where and what. And so when you have search warrants or you have certain documents that got CS what that hides the person's name, all you do is show the people you're talking to. This is what hasn't been done.
Right.
You take this search warrant and you let the people, like if I'm a podcaster, I'm going to take a search warrant and I'll show it to the audience. This is the search warrant. Read it. Everybody here, read the search warrant.
Yes.
Now I'm going to tell you what happened, so you know what happened. And then you tell them what happened, and it's easy for the people to see, oh yeah, he was a confidential informant. You see? And so my point is that, you know, people play games. These podcasters play games. They trick these youth.
Yeah.
They trick people that they talking to. They get people to make comments and don't know what they're talking about.
Right.
For instance, let me
No, I was just fixing.
let me give you another example. And I don't mean to take over. I know you got questions for me, right?
Hey,
but y'all invited me
cooking
here.
right now.
Hey, don't never invite me somewhere
Yeah.
if you don't want me to speak. Right?
That's
right. So let me give you another example. People say, well, what took so long? Why this dude ain't say this about this person or that person or this person or that person? Right?
Yeah.
And they forget something. My case and Preem's case in 1985 happened so long ago. There was no internet. There was no Instagram. Right. We had Tandy 1000 computers connected to nothing. You couldn't tell the whole world that somebody did this or did that. But guess what? One thing we did do, we told South Jamaica. And the whole South Jamaica know who's a confidential informant, who's a rat, and who's an informant in any case that happened in South Jamaica, Queens.
Look, I got to say this, man, and I'm only bringing this up because I watched the documentary, and Preem announced somebody who was a CI, confidential informant, for 40 years. We interviewed him. I'm not a street dude. I didn't know none of that shit.
Yeah, we had him on the show.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know none of this shit. You know, I hear Bimmy. I hear him as a good dude. I'm not doing that sort of thing. You know, brothers like you wasn't home to say that. Did y'all know he was an informant for 40 years?
Is that your take on it?
First of all,
that's his.
If you notice, I did everything I can not to mention people's names, right?
We can take it out if you don't want it.
No, about who was what.
Okay.
Right? But I don't duck questions.
Right.
I don't duck questions. I'm going to answer your question.
Okay.
And I'm going to answer it this way. I have a podcast coming out soon. In my podcast, any questions that people are unsure of and anything that podcasters are playing the 50 with, gonna be expressed, cleaned up, and cleared up.
Ooh, listen. You gonna get that? You gotta watch. You gotta get the podcast. You gotta watch the podcast. You gotta watch it.
And look, the only reason I'm doing it is not to embarrass nobody. Nobody. The only reason I'm doing it is because I want to educate the children, teenagers, and young adults about staying away from that street life. Because if you ain't dedicated to it, if you ain't prepared to do life in prison, leave that stuff alone, because you don't want to be away from your family for the rest of your life. Because you got people who will hustle with you. that will not go down with you, that are they don't want to leave their children. They don't want to leave their kids, but they don't got no problem taking you away from your kids and your family and putting you in a graveyard, buried alive in the penitentiary for decades. So instead of me trying to deal with individual people, I'll deal with that on my podcast. Right now, I'm trying to educate.
Okay.
Even my podcast is going to be about educating.
That's why I'm telling them to watch, because I'm taking notes, baby.
Let me tell you what you're going to learn. You're going to learn, forget talking about Bimmy for a minute, right?
Correct.
Because you brought his name up. No, I don't duck no questions, right? But forget talking about him for a minute.
Because it's bigger than that.
It's bigger than that. What I'm talking about is so many people have been confidential informants, and how society and even Hollywood a little bit, they glamorize the people who are rats, informers, and rats. Look, Hollywood, certain podcasts, they glamorize the snitch, the confidential informant, and the rat, right? And the informant. They don't glamorize solid people that can get them even a better story.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
I liked watching. I was in the penitentiary. I used to watch Snowfall. I liked the way they put Snowfall together.
Yeah.
The writers were excellent. I even liked the way they put together, I even liked the way 50 put together Power. Because he's from the South Side.
Yeah.
And what he did was he learned things, man. And he took a little bit from the South Side and he put a story together.
Right.
But the Supreme Team story, where he clips both of those, you feel me?
Yeah.
Especially if I'm one with them writers. You feel me? So whoever's interested, or if you're not interested, it don't matter, because truth be told, I'm already starting the Bible. I'm already starting the deck. I'm already in work. I'm already working.
Okay.
You feel me?
Yeah.
But back to what I was trying to say.
Yeah.
This is why I don't like to just pinpoint. I'm not going to pick on.
No,
Listen, I'm not going to pick on one motherfucker. I'm going to expose all them jokers. Especially, really, mainly the ones from New York.
Right.
There's so many, and I'm going to say.
I just got to say this, man. Salute the Prince and the Preem team, man. Salute the 50. That's my nigga right there. That's my favorite rapper right there, my nigga in life. That's my motherfucking mentor on everything I love, nigga. I study 50. I watch 50. I revere 50. I respect 50. I like the way 50 be moving. My nigga, he move right. One of the last real niggas we got in the game. 50, you need to pick this up. I know you had issues with these niggas in the past and all that, but I seen the love you showed them on your page this morning, the shout out you gave him, the shout out he gave you. Nigga, let's make history. 50, you gotta pick it up. 5th, you gotta do it. It ain't gonna be right if a Southside successful nigga from Jamaica, Queens don't do this documentary, don't do the show, it gotta be done. You can't do it no other way. Man, salute the 50, man. Salute the real niggas across the board. Salute to the chat. Let's go.
Say it. And that's another thing. I have no fear. I've been to every damn near neighborhood in Queens. I don't have no fear. I walk around and I always teach about staying away from that lifestyle.
Correct.
And most of my people, the majority of people that was involved in the Supreme Team, they ain't even criminals no more. But they all here. You understand? They all free, living their lives free. They ain't no suckers. They stood up. The ones that I'm talking about stood up, and they doing positive things in the community. They involved with organizations. But we ain't no suckers. We don't bother nobody, but we believe in the right to self-defense through the Bible and through what the Lord say is permissible if anybody should do something to you.
Correct.
That being said, man, we ain't stunting none of these jokers that's faking.
No doubt. Right. No doubt.
The rats,
no doubt.
the so-called tough rats, the ones who think that they can scare people.
Right.
Nah, you ain't scaring us. You ain't scaring me. And we living a decent life. Yes. As long as nobody bother me, I ain't bothering them.
Correct.
But in self-defense, I'm a master at that. So that's all I can say.
Take your word for it.
But like I told you, I'm living a whole different lifestyle. You don't even see me really unless I'm doing something positive, man.
Right.
Period. I'm seeing you a lot now.
I did a lot of talking, man. Ask me some questions.
I was gonna say, ask you some questions, man.
Well, to go back, because you're facing, you're locked up. You're facing life, basically.
Not just life, more than life.
Several lives.
wow.
You know what I'm saying? They was on some
90, right?
die 2
Talking about
times,
90.
come back, do 4 more years type of life. Like they wanted you. They said the state you beat the state, and then the feds picked up the case, and you're in jail for 32 years. Like when you first of all, when you hear the sentence, what's going through your mind, and then how did you survive 34 years inside?
That's what I wanted to know.
You know what I'm saying?
Listen, man, prison is completely different than the street life. You got to be on your toes, man. It's all kind of stuff going on in there. Prison, but there's some similarities. Prisons got confidential informants. They got rats. They got snitches. They got everything that society got. The only difference is when it comes to the convicts, there's no rules except our own rules, and the police stay out the way of them. And so it's doggy dog. You got to be on your game. It's times you might have to walk around with that knife on you. It don't matter how good you are with your hands, because you might not be able to take down 3 or 4 motherfuckers trying to gut you out and take you out. Then you got homies that might put you in danger, right? And you can be walking around, you doing nothing wrong, and you can get hit in your head or stabbed in the back and get killed because your homie stole from somebody's cell. You know? So that prison life is nothing to play with. But the main thing you're supposed to be doing when you in there is trying to get out. Suniyata Akoli once told me, he was a BLA member that was with the Solid Accord thing, and he once said, yo, man, the duty of a slave is freedom. He would sit me down in Allen and say, Prince, you see all these guys walking around doing all this nonsense, stay focused on getting out of here, man. That's your only goal, man, because you're a slave right now. And that's what twisted my mind to say, hold up, what am I doing? Let me start getting out of here. Because there was a time when I basically ran almost everywhere I went when it came to the people I dealt with.
Okay.
And then there came a time when I got to start thinking about getting out of prison. The only reason why I did that is so that I can get out of prison.
Right.
Because I don't want anybody hitting me in the damn head for something somebody else did.
Yeah.
So my thing is, I try to focus on, when I start seeing Guy Fisher go home, William Bill Underwood, I love them guys go home. Pete Monsanto, I said, let me get on my job and go home and get up out of here. Stop worrying about this penitentiary stuff. And that's what I did. But I got a thing for teaching and speaking and trying to stop violence and trying to help people.
Right.
That's why I took this podcast, because I knew y'all would give me free reign to be able to speak and still ask me some questions. I don't care. I don't care about it being small. I guarantee you, when you put that thing up, I guarantee you people gonna come listen to what I gotta say.
You better
whether they
believe
like
that.
what I gotta say or whether they don't.
You better believe
They gonna listen to
See,
that shit.
and guess what? Depending on the questions the person asks me, it's always going, one podcast is going to always be different from the next.
That's what I was trying to tell you earlier.
Yeah, one podcast is going to be different from the next. And they talking to a hell of an intelligent individual right here.
Absolutely.
You ain't going to just buffalo me in no podcast.
Right.
I'm not going for it. You know what I'm saying? And so if you either want it or you don't, or I walk out.
Yeah.
But the thorough podcasters, they respect talking to a good man who served his time, who's trying to come home and do right by the community to make up for the mistakes of selling drugs in his community in the past.
Let me ask you this, though. Shout out to Lou Sims, because we interviewed Lou Sims, another solid brother. Did you
That's right.
Did you
Shout
meet
out
him
to
in
Lou.
there?
Yeah, I met Lou. I know
good
Lou
dude.
Sims. Lou Sims is a friend of mine. You know what I'm saying? He's solid, good dude. And we seen each other maybe in the state or maybe in the feds once. I don't remember. It's been a long time.
Right,
I was locked up 34 years, 6 months, a long time. But me and Lou are straight. Me and Lou are tight, and we communicate. We call each other off and on. So,
Lou is.
yeah. But
Man.
yeah.
That's our OG too,
That's a
man.
fact.
Like he hit us up, check on us all the time. Like that's a really much like you. Like he don't have to do that, but he tapped in, man, all the time. Like
I don't care. Listen, I told you this documentary we got the Supreme Truth, right?
right.
And I told you about my supporters.
Usual Johnson, man. Salute to you, bro. You said that you couldn't believe what you was hearing. I'm not sure what you're talking about, but you said 50 was compromised. I seen that, but I was on the phone, right? I don't know if I don't know what you seen that I ain't seen. And I ain't saying that you right or you wrong. I don't know. You have to send that shit to me. You know, on Instagram. My links be in the description of this video. But I done heard a lot of niggas make a lot of rumors about 50, but no proof. You said he's compromised. I would like to see what that is, you know, so I can be educated and informed. So if you can please send that to me on Instagram, man, I appreciate what you're talking about because I have no clue what you're talking about. As far as will 50 pick this up, it's highly doubtful, but I don't know. Times have changed, and these is real South Side Jamaican niggas. 50 got that new empire out there in Shreveport, Louisiana. You want to break some doors down. You want to knock some shit off the hinges. This is how you do it. Business is business. 50 is a businessman. I don't know. I'm not gonna say it won't happen. I'm gonna say I doubt it'll happen, but I'm gonna damn sure leave that door cracked. You know, because I watched 50 Cent post this morning. You know, he reposted it. Prince told him we're going to hear it. We're going to hear it. I ain't going to say what Prince said. If you haven't heard it, I'm going to let y'all hear it. But Prince showed love back to him for the Holy Quran. Niggas is older now. It was misunderstandings. 50 problem was with who Prim. I didn't hear him say too much about Prince. I don't know. Look like it's a possibility. But I would love to see.
On
I would love to see what you mean by he's compromised. If you could send that to me, I appreciate it.
Instagram, my supporters on, and big up to my supporters. Be at 24,000. We trying to go higher.
Oh,
right?
to get there.
And it's going to get there because I'm going to keep it thorough. I love my support. I was speaking about everybody supporters in entertainment business. Yeah. I see why they be caring about their supporters, right? I love my supporters. My Bimmy,
straight up, I salute that. Let me drop a bomb for that. A lot of y'all don't follow me on Instagram, which is unfortunate. I don't get it. But if you haven't followed me on Instagram, please do, because I did a note yesterday just thanking my supporters. Because I love my supporters. I don't call y'all supporters. I really call y'all family members because I feel like that's too, you know. Yeah, y'all support the channel, but the channel is just as much y'all's than it is mine, because if you don't watch it, the channel is nothing. So it's a 50-50 partnership in this, in my opinion. So I consider y'all family more than supporters. But I did show love to my family members yesterday on my Instagram note just to say thank you. And I love y'all, and I appreciate y'all, and I'm very humbled for y'all, you know, to have you guys, you know. Because I'm just a dude on the microphone talking, you know? Y'all make the channel what it is. And I'm forever grateful to that. So I show love on my Instagram to that. But those who ain't on my Instagram, let me say it now, because Prince just reminded me of that, man. Just thank you. Really, man, thank you. You have no clue, man, how much that shit means to me. You know? I don't look at y'all as down here or up here. We equals in this shit, in my opinion. And I really feel like any channel out there that ain't saluting you like that ain't the channel for you. I don't care how much you like their content. They don't appreciate the love and the energy that you guys put into these channels to make our channels what they are. And we making the money off of it. You know? All y'all doing is just coming to the channel and helping support it. That's why I wish I can do giveaways and shit like that, man. I got to get on my shit like I was. You know, I get on my shit, we can get there, so I can definitely give back to the people who also give to me on a regular basis. But the people who support your channel, man, it should be 50-50. Because you can't have a channel without the people, and the people don't have nothing to support if you don't have a channel. It goes hand in hand. It's in exchange. It's in the chain of, how you say it? Inexchangeable, something like that. You get what I'm getting at. That's what this is to me. 50-50 partnership. I just want to say again, man, I love y'all. I appreciate y'all, man. I never take it for granted, ever. I don't give a fuck who get mad about me stopping the video and shouting out somebody new that comes to the chat. I can give a shit about that. You can go ahead and keep posting that shit in my comment section. It's just going to get deleted because I don't give a shit. because it's the people who make this channel grow, the bloodline of this channel. So the least I can do is show them love and shout them out. If you don't like it, go to another channel. I'm not tripping. It's all love.
Supporters that's going to Vimeo through my website, www.princemillernyc.com. I love you, all you guys. I appreciate y'all. The ones on YouTube right now, and anywhere else I'm at.
Instagram,
right?
everybody.
Instagram. I appreciate y'all to the fullest, man. And there's so much more to come. And so I just want to say that, you know what I'm saying? Whatnot.
Speaking of stand-up individuals, how did you build your relationship with Nas?
Nas, man, that's my brother, man. That's my brother right there, man. We spoke on the phone while I was in the penitentiary, and I remember our first conversation, and that's why I like him a lot, man. He's so thorough and whatnot. We were speaking to each other, and you know, I had drugs in Queensbridge a long time ago. You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
and
I
so
didn't know that.
Yeah, I've been all over. I've been everywhere in Long Island.
Damn.
Out here, Queensbridge, everywhere. A few places, right? But anyway, that's not what we spoke about at all.
Really?
You know what I'm saying? But Nas always, you know, when he rap, he mentions names and he keeps us alive a little bit. But he mentioned something. He said something to me about being a legend. I said to him, I said, you know what, man? I said, you legendary. I said, I may be a legend, but I'm a legend for the wrong reasons, but you're legendary. I said, Nas, if I go to South Africa, they won't even know who I am. But if you go to South Africa, the minute you get off the plane, they gonna know who you are, because you legendary. And he said, man, you right, man. But you know, hey, yo, I love that brother, man. And I'm proud of him. I'm proud of his pops and his.
That's how I feel about my supporters. Why did it stop? I didn't even hit the button. It just knew I wanted to say something. I swear to God, I didn't touch the computer. It was crazy. But yeah, that's how I feel about my supporters, man. I love y'all. Everything he said, man, that's how I feel, straight up.
Family, man. I like the way he moves, man.
Oh, yeah.
He moves proper. But it's a couple of more I'm proud of.
Right.
But I'm actually now I know with him I communicate more.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then
StreamYard. Yeah, man, eventually I will, man. Yeah, I don't know why I don't do StreamYard, to be honest with you. I think I tried it one. Oh, I did. Remember, I was trying and I couldn't never get the shit to work. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I did everything it tells you to do. I couldn't get it to work. I was wondering, like, why I don't do StreamYard? I can't get it to work. So if somebody one of these days can video chat with me and help me through it and help me figure that shit out, because I can get picture, I can get video, I just can't get audio. Y'all can't hear nothing, you know? So I don't know. I'll play with it today, though. I'll play with it again.
And people like them don't mind reaching out to people like me.
Mm-hmm.
They don't mind extending their hand and reaching out and staying in touch and communication. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because first of all, it's a two-way street. We can learn from each other.
Right.
Not just him, it's a couple of other ones. You know, I like
Jadakiss. I see you got a great relationship with Jadakiss as well.
Jadakiss, Nas, and I'm gonna tell you, this is something that I haven't spoken to. I'm proud that they came.
All right, so sometime today, Ghost of Mandera. All right, cool. All right, usual, for sure. That's what I want to do it for. I want to bring people up, man. I would love to fucking do that. Yeah, let's work on that today, because I want to bring y'all up. Whoever want to come up, I'm not gonna put you on the spot and shit, and put you to work or nothing like that. Just gonna have you come up. You ain't even got to be on the camera if you don't want to, you know. And chop it up with you if you want to, you know what I mean? But if you just want to sit there, man, and chill, man, I'm cool with that. But later on today, I'll just put it'll say test live, and then that's the bat signal. And if y'all free, tap in. If you follow me on Instagram, you fuck with me on Instagram, just message me so I know that's you. And then I'll do it that way. We can, you know what I mean, chop it up on the back end. But yeah, let's play with that today, man. Pause. Let's do that though. Real shit.
Came up,
right?
And they doing what they got to do, man. Because it's a hard life for us blacks, man, in the streets.
Bruh.
And I like the fact that
Facts.
people made it out and they came up.
Right.
I like the fact that they're using their talents to come up and live their lives, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
That's work.
I ain't
That's
about
work, Ghost to been there.
seeing people not be successful. You see,
Right.
I want to see people be successful, man.
Right.
Who doesn't? Why do everybody
too.
hate so much?
Me
When it
too.
come to our race, we hate so much on each other for
Yeah.
no reason.
Yeah.
Those who been rocking with me forever, come on, man. I'm saying, man, was Prince listening to my shit? No, I'm just playing, but that's crazy because that's what I be saying. Why do we gotta always hate on each other? Compete? I don't compete with nobody in this space. You don't compete where you don't compare. Period. If you want some competing ass shit, we don't compare. I don't compete with nobody but myself. Everybody else, if I can help them, I want to. I swear to God, man. I promote people don't even know it. I don't brag about it, I don't boast about it, because you're not supposed to. If you genuinely help people, you just help them. You don't need the flowers or the accolades behind it. You don't. Like the Queen, I support her. Support her on a regular. I don't go to her and tell her, oh, I did this or I did that. I just do it. Because I genuinely fuck with her. I genuinely support her. Deuce, I genuinely support. Those three, I genuinely support. I told him I did a lot because that shit was funny yesterday. I'm not gonna lie, that nigga, that shit was funny. But I just support because that's what I think you're supposed to do. If you rock with them, you want to see them win. I don't compete with nobody. So anybody out there that thinks that you crazy, because I don't even pay attention to you. In that regard, I don't even see you. Swear to God. All I see is me and me wanting to compete with me yesterday. You dig?
Yeah.
I can understand if somebody did you wrong.
Right.
But sometimes you gotta let go of the past.
It does if we talking sports, football, or something like this. When we talking about in this podcast arena, it's optional. You don't have to compete in this arena. If anything, you need to compete with yourself because everybody channel does different things. Now we can have a healthy debate, a healthy competitive. We can get creative with it, but in a way that's fun, that benefits both pages. I'm talking about this competition where it takes another person's page out, because there's this thought process that we have to. It's either you or me. No, we all can survive in this space and get plenty of money. That's an option, right? That's an option. Everything in life is about choices. If you choose to be that type of channel that is either you or me, I'm gonna take you out or you take me out, then that's you. I don't compete. I don't subscribe to that. I think we all can build in this motherfucker and have a healthy competition where we all benefit, where there's winners all across the board. If you really truly want your people to be successful and to be in a better place, that can't happen if it's off with your head type of competition. No, I don't subscribe to that.
Man, sometimes, like, it was a comment made on
Thank you, Northside. Salute to Northside, man. Drop a bomb for Northside. He says, no cap. Since I've been rocking with you, that's all you've been talking about. Support and love for our people. That's it. 3.5, maybe 4 years running. The message will never change because I mean it. I don't say it unless I mean it. I think that's that old ideology, dog eat dog world against us. We need to change that. Oh, it's a dog eat dog world, but we don't got to eat us. Pause. Eat each other. Pause. That shit got to stop. They just sit back and laugh at us, I bet. They just be sitting in a room like, look at these stupid niggas. Look at them. Just look at how they just attack each other and take each other. We ain't got to do nothing. Our hands is clean. Because they too stupid to understand. Meanwhile, the other ones, shit. Nigga, it's all type of helping that motherfucker. They helping each other hand left and right, left and right, left and right. Whatever you need. You got a few out there that don't. It's a few bad apples in every organization that you have. But for the most part, oh yeah, they support each other. Trust me. It's time for us to get back to that. We need to get to that. Shit, there was a time we did that. Got away from that because they forced our hand to get away from that. But now that we know better, we supposed to what? Do better.
On the podcast, somebody said today something around. I didn't listen to it. Somebody else told me. Somebody said something around the fact that
I'm not trying to keep stopping the video, but the chat is chatting. Usual Johnson said, "Ain't no healthy competition in our culture." Exactly my point. That's sad, don't you think? Don't that make you sad though? I don't know how old you are, but I'm 44, so that makes me sad to hear that. You know, our culture, too many opportunity, rat, snake, pigs. Before I get to the few have morals, absolutely. But guess what? Every other race has that, and they're doing just fine. What's our excuse? You know what our excuse is? The decks is stacked up against us. But you know who are our worst critics, our worst issue, our worst enablers and opportunists? Us. We do it to us. A lot of it, we do it to us, and we know it. We can act like we don't, but yeah, we know it. We know it. We do it to us. Enough of that shit. Enough of that. Enough of that. We gotta get away from that ideology. It's not helping a goddamn thing. And let me be clear, because me and Steffi, we didn't have these type of debates on the phone in the past. Let me be clear. It ain't about blaming nobody else. It's about blaming us. We gotta blame us for where we at. We got to start blaming us for where we at, because we already know what we stacked up against. We already know what the play is on the other side. But what we gonna do about us? How we gonna fix home? How we gonna police us? Because that's what we need to do. We need to police us. Because the ones who are here to serve and protect, they're not here to serve and protect us. We know this. We know this. That's why it's imperative that we police us, to protect our babies, to teach our babies what to do and what not to do when you run into law enforcement with that beautiful black melanin skin. You feel me? That's us. We responsible for that. And we've been dropping the ball, in my opinion.
they worrying about this person.
I never said it was going to happen across the board, but it is happening, because it's happening now. Me talking about it means it's happening. Other people in the chat that's agreeing means it's happening. So you can't you throw negativity in the air. That's what you're gonna get. I'm a hopeful, optimistic. I have to be. I have to be. I don't have a choice but to be a hopeful, optimistic for my people, because we stacked up against it. And I always will want better for my people. I want better for me, not just my people, my kids, my son. I'm talking about my people as a whole. And I have faith in that. I have a faith that by the time I leave here, God willing, it's 90, 100 years old, this place will be a better place for our babies. And we'll have more entrepreneurs, more successful black people, less black people that are on drugs and tricked out of their position in jail. I have to believe in that. Even if I know deep down it ain't true, I don't give a fuck. I'm going to believe that in my heart of hearts. I got to. That's what helps me get up in the morning. I step to this microphone and do what I'm doing. Being optimistic, being hopeful. I swear to God, man. You got to. There's too much negativity out here to then lean that way on your own people. You just can't. I know what it appears. I know what it looks like. I know what it seems. I'm living in it like you living in it. But I also see glimpses of positivity, of change, of opportunity, optimism. All of that. I see it. It's just about getting it on a wide scale. I know I'm going to fall short no matter what. I know that. But I'm not going to then try. I'm not going to stop. I'll be satisfied with the ones that I did help and shed light to and help shape. I can live with that. I know I'm going to fall short. We all will. You understand?
Why Preem ain't do nothing to this other dude that told him that's in the street right now? Why they ain't do nothing to him? So basically, this dude wants us, me specifically, to bring harm to somebody.
To go back in.
When our job is to stay out here and to get our uncle out here. As long as you ain't putting your hands on me and I ain't putting my hands on you, we good.
Right.
If a dude told on me before, right, I don't want to see him.
I'm gonna read your comment.
But if I see him, I ain't gonna hurt him.
Yeah.
I might ask him, man, yo, nigga, why you do that?
And it's over.
You know what I'm saying? I might ask him that. Why you do that? I don't know what I might really do.
Right.
I'm sorry.
But listen to
sorry, y'all. Y'all with me today, right? We family. We in the congregation. We family. So let's talk. We talking today. This is what Shante Cooper says. In slavery times, we were together. After that came freedom time. We were pent against each other by the clear people. The clear people is crazy. Then blood was shed, bought pain. That's why we the way we are. 1,000% correct. I agree with every sentiment in that statement because that is exactly what the truth is. And when you know that truth, you're supposed to do better for your people. That's knowing what happened, knowing where we came from, knowing where it went wrong, knowing where it was right, where we did right, where we were a union, and how it broke up. In order to fix the problem, you got to know what the problem is and how the problem started. And with that statement alone, that tells you that we know a mass majority of what the problem was. So now it's about taking that and making a solution to the problem. And I think the solution is not as easy as people think, but I don't think it's as complicated either. Every other culture, they police themselves. We are the only culture that don't and won't. Because the babies see the mothers that's not that are still relatively young talking about a motherfucker can't tell them nothing. They gonna do what they want to do. I raise my kids the way I want to raise my kids. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Don't say nothing to me about my kids and blah 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 barf. I get it because I didn't say it. That's why I can speak on it. Because I used to be the same way, and in a way still is. But I progress myself in them situations. I listen to what the other person said, and if it made sense, if it lined up with my ideology, I sit back and I let them know that was correct. And then when my kid is not around, I pull that adult to the side and say, "Listen to me. I respect what you said. I respect what you did, but this is how I need you to handle when you're dealing with my kid accordingly." I'm not gonna say this in front of my kid because I didn't want to water down the moment, the point you made. But this is what I don't agree with. This is what I do agree with. And when you handle my kid, you handle my kid with care. And then we move on. But I used to be the other way. Don't say a motherfucking thing to my daughter. Nobody. That's my baby. You got a problem, come to me. We got to get back to policing ourselves, but in the right way, in the correct way, in a respectful way. We got a long way to go. Oh, we got a long way to go. But I'm optimistic that we will get there in some way, in some form, in some fashion, because I got to. I got to believe that. Some people don't. I understand. Some people want to sit on the sidelines and watch and observe and give their opinions. No solutions. Only talk about the problems. Complain about the problems. No solutions whatsoever. I get it. I get it. Shit, I used to be the same way. I ain't fucking perfect. Yeah, the way I am now, that's me working on myself. Trying to be a better person every single motherfucking day, man. Trying to right a whole lot of wrongs that I did in my past. But when you know better, you do better. The older you get, you're supposed to get wiser. You're not a YN no more. The youngins should come to you for sound advice. Not bullshit. And telling the youngins that we cannot come together, we cannot unite, we cannot build together without cutting each other's head off, without having just the unbearable competition. Because to me it's unbearable in some of this shit. It's unbearable. Shouldn't have to go so far. You know, niggas going at niggas, putting out personal information on what they done did for them, and that shit there annoys the fuck out of me. It just does. I'm not gonna say no names. I don't want to do that because it's not about that. It's about what that message sends to the masses. It's not what you do, it's how you do it, and it's a way to do it. We can compete all day. We can have competition all day. I understand competition. That brings the numbers, that bring that. But there's a way to do it, and it's a respectful way to do it. And there's a way to do it to where it doesn't destroy the other channel or the other person and what they doing. You don't have to do that. It's a choice. Everybody hides around bullshit-ass excuses. But the truth is, everything you do is a choice. It ain't my fault you didn't think that shit through.
My point is, I've been in that situation already since I've been home, right?
Did you ever ask that individual?
No question, I did. You know
did he give a response?
No question. You know what I'm saying? But it's a bigger picture too.
Right.
See, people don't understand. Let me give you an example. When you talk about the Supreme Team, when you deal with the Supreme Team, you got to remember that we know each other's families. I know the families of all the people who were Supreme Team members, right?
Right.
So that means I got close to their kids, or I helped maybe raise them, or I might be a godfather to their kids, or I might know their mothers. So I don't really want to hurt somebody's mother's feelings. You do something to somebody's son, and then you can cause their mother to have a heart attack.
That's a real thing.
So my point is, I'm not trying to look to hurt nobody, man. And most of all, when it comes to people's kids, whether a dude told or not, right? I don't hurt people's children or their families. I don't do that.
Right.
And so my thing is, man, I try to make dudes understand, bro. You know, I'd be wanting to know what made you do something like that.
That's why I'm a little interested in when you said you seen somebody and you actually asked that. I'm curious in the response.
What the answer, right? What was the answer? It was a
lot of times people don't face the people they, you know what I'm saying?
I bet you it was uncomfortable.
It was not for me.
No, not for you.
Not for you. That's why. That's a real thing.
The reason why it wasn't uncomfortable for me is because of this reason. I did my time like a man. That speaks for itself, right? And that's proof that you can never be like me, right? I walk that walk, right? And just the fact that I can sit in front of you, right, and not result to who I might have been in the past, and you know, do something that can put me back in prison is a testament that I grew. You feel me?
That's a 100% a fact, man. Salute to my guy Lou from the Lou in the building. Appreciate you, bro. There's everybody that's in there, man, that has not hit that like button. Please hit that like button. To the ones who did, man, thank you. I appreciate that, man. That's the real shit. Appreciate it.
So my point is that all I care about now is this, right? You know, I take care of I make sure my parents are good. You know, my daughter, my grandchildren, the people I care about, my comrades that's still my comrades, you know, and I'm trying to make a difference. I'm not, the stuff that happened while I was in prison, that happened with others, it wasn't me. I wasn't out here. I'm concerned with what's happening with my life now. But anybody that hurt me, that put me in jail and put me in prison, I see them. I've seen one. I'm not going to hurt nobody. I'm not going to do nothing to nobody. That's not how I'm living. I'm going to seek an understanding with that person.
Yes.
And find out, yo, why did you do this to me?
Yeah.
Why did you do this to us? You know, now, you know, the dude might want to make amends, yo, man. But, you know, it's one thing to talk, it's one thing to do. Because, you know, you can put a lawsuit on somebody, right? And they got to pay you for the damage they caused you, right? Well, in the street, it's the same way. If a dude want to make amends with you, you can make amends. I ain't going to fuck with you, though. Right. And don't think I might keep my mouth shut about what you did. I never kept my... That's another thing I want to say. You hear people on the thing, why nobody said... I said this before a minute ago. I think I addressed it.
Yes.
People, we been told people who ain't right. Ain't nothing new. That's why so many people in Queens, New York, mainly South Jamaica, they know who ain't right. You know, they know who ain't right. You ain't nothing. We been telling people. We don't hide nothing. You feel me? And we gonna continue to. But now the game is to be sold, not just told.
That's a fact.
And so yeah, it's going when that Supreme Team series come out, yeah, you're gonna see everybody from Queens who went bad, and you're gonna see some guys from New York that went bad too. This shit gonna be epic, man, because it all relates to the story. Feel me?
Right.
This shit gonna make Stove Floor and Power look like kids play. The only question is the person that's gonna be the one rocking with me on it. I already know one person. He got a seat at the table already, right?
50, bro.
He is a seat. He's solid. He's with me, right? But there's others involved. You feel me?
We got to give 50, man. I need y'all to flood 50 Instagram, man. We need 50 to put his hands on this, man. For Southside Jamaica, man. We got to make amends for this, man. This shit gonna be huge, bro. 50, you got to do it. You ain't got a choice but to do it. Minus Gotti. Can't be a part of it.
You know, and I'm sorry I'm taking over this podcast again,
man,
right?
no, man, God.
But I love these little ones because they let you rock.
We definitely gonna let you
See?
rock.
And so that's the good thing about it. I'm trying to remember, I got something else to say, and I do, matter of fact. I got a book coming out. The book is called From the Cradle to the Grave,
Okay.
Chronicles of a Criminalized Class. But it's not what people think it's about. It ain't about the Supreme Team, although it got Supreme Team members in it.
Okay.
Right? It's my upbringing from 10 years old, the Clifford Glover experience that I had, and I shape it all to try to tell the youth to change your viewpoint and your lifestyle. But it also it's about the killings that took place when I was away, about all the people who actually lost their lives, you know what I'm saying, and whatnot. Because the Clifford Glover incident actually...
Did that make you convert?
The
to...
Clifford Glover incident made me think about all the people who've been getting killed unjustly by the police.
Yeah.
So I don't want to keep talking about the street.
Well, this is why I was asking about the business aspect of it, because to me, I got into podcasting because of business.
Yeah.
And to hear somebody who ran a multi-million-dollar company, if you can break that down like per play, like where did you get that from? Like that shit is mind-blowing to me. You know what I'm saying?
You know, I had 3 buildings up on 116. Back in the days, the police would give you a building for $1 if it was burnt down. If it was burnt out. So it was 2 buildings over there on 119th and another one. I bought those 2 for $1 a piece at an auction because you have to have real estate. I had a building up there that I bought taxes from somebody. I ain't gonna lie, the dude was a crackhead and he sold me his building for cheap. All I had to do was pay the taxes. I got it and paid him. So I had a building over there and I put a store there. Because of that building, I went to the auction at 103rd Precinct and I bought 2 buildings for $1. But I got locked up. I was so busy fighting my case. I said, fuck that shit. The other building I used to help with my legal fees too. You feel what I'm saying? So the other 2 I lost. But I had 3 buildings up here.
Wow.
So I was into more than that. Preem had a satellite company before satellites were a big thing. He had a satellite company on Hillside Avenue. He had a taxi joint that had mad limousines. Preem has always been a businessman, right? We always thought about business and getting out that life, right? We didn't want to stay in that crap for the long. And in the documentary Supreme Truth, you know what Preem say? Preem says, we never wanted to do this shit forever. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's just that when you don't get out right away, everything else happened, lock you up, and then you're back into life. You feel me? But we had all kind of little things, man, businesses and stuff, you know, and whatnot. So, you know, but, you know, we could have still been great, even if we didn't do that stuff. You feel me? But I just wanted to mention that, you know what I mean?
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
anybody got any questions, man?
Yeah.
You answered what we
Yeah, you definitely answered a lot.
You answered it already.
Yeah.
There was one question though that I mean, and this is going back to when you was selling drugs. Like Queens had like a big incident with Pappy Mason when when Eddie Burns, the cop Eddie Burns died. Is it Edward Burns?
Yeah.
Edward Burns.
What was it like selling drugs before and after that period?
When I was incarcerated when that happened, and I didn't come out till later. I came out. That happened in '88, I think. I came out in '89, I think. Right? That's what I think. I came out. I had nothing to do with that incident.
No, I know that,
and I don't even know the truth about what really happened because I wasn't involved in it, and I don't want to say who did this or who did that. You know what I'm saying? I can tell you this. That incident messed up a lot in South Jamaica.
That's really what I was asking. Yeah. Like, what was it like in the streets pre Edward Burns and post Edward Burns?
Pre Edward Burns, the police let you do almost anything when it came to selling drugs. Post Edward Burns, police wasn't letting you do nothing. Period. Point blank in a nutshell. You know, and you know.
Because even though you had nothing to do with it, it still affected you.
It affected everybody. Yes. You know what I'm saying? And whatnot. You know, and you know, we'll address some of that too on my podcast when I get it going.
Irv Gotti.
Yeah.
Another influential brother.
Rest in peace.
Rest in peace to Irv Gotti. And shout out to Chris Gotti, another good brother we had on the podcast. And, you know, stand up, always kept it a G. It's so crazy that, you know, they're from Hollis and, you know, it's from Southside and, you know, it was always tension back in the days and stuff like that. But then to come together and be such pivotal people in each other's lives at a certain point in time. What are your viewpoints on him passing and what kind of person was he?
I never got to meet Irv Gotti personally, right? That was my uncle's friend. Brother, like in a way, you know what I'm saying? And he what he liked about Irv was he always told me when he saw me on visits, he liked the fact that Irv, how he took care of his family really, like, you know, that's what he liked about him. That's what drew him to him. But he cared about him. I wish I would have been in the street around that time because I would have probably helped solve a lot of problems. I wouldn't have let it be a problem, you know, because the men do what they want to do, but you can appeal to certain people depending on who you are. But I would have joined forces and put things together. Preem might have been over there, I might have been over here, and we'd have brought it together. We'd have been something huge. Hey, we'd have used them youngsters we did not use them in a bad way, but I would say use. I would have got with them and we'd have solved problems and made us the biggest on the map. Right. That's what I mean.
Just utilize them in a
yeah, because look, you got talent, you got talent. See, I can't rap. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But
did you meet Chaz William?
I know Chaz. Rest in peace. I know Chaz very well. But real quick on Irv, I went to his funeral and whatnot. It was sad, you know what I'm saying? But I liked how the way it was dignified, the way they did it. Was very dignifying. It was very dignifying, if that's a word. They laid him to rest properly. Right. They represented his children are I love his children, man. Yeah. And also the people who helped everybody. His family is wonderful, man. I like his family, man. His sister, I met one of his sisters. She was so nice to me when I went to the went from the church to the repose, and she was very nice to me, man, and whatnot. All of them, but the whole family, man. You know what I'm saying? So
he was so young, man.
Yeah. You gotta take care. You gotta watch what you eat when you're diabetic or whatever. You gotta eat right. You gotta live a certain way. Health is important.
I mean, and I see you take health serious. It don't look like you do no drugs, man. Like,
no, I don't drink. I don't do no drugs. One time I took a sip of something with somebody because they was there and they wanted me to, and I took it, right. But I don't mess around, and I try to take care of myself. I fell off for about 2 months. I got to get back on my job with working out. So, you know, this particular guy made a comment about me and my daughter. I do this, that. That man on that, my daughter was coming to see me 24/7. My people was there, taking care of them, helping me. I would write her letters all the time. I took care of my daughter. I sent money from prison. You know what I'm saying? I love my daughter. You know what I'm saying? And I could have got at him for that in a respectable way.
Yeah.
Where you getting it mixed up at?
Huh?
Where you getting it mixed up at?
These dudes be just running their mouth, man. I'm telling you, these podcasts, that's why I'm starting that joint. And I don't say these dudes' names because you give them too much credit, right? But I will say names about these issues when I start that weekly podcast. Right? I don't even know why I'm doing it. I'm trying to cipher away from them the people that listen to this crap that these dudes talk. And some of them are so bad that people don't even know the history behind some of these guys. There's one particular podcast, right? If they seen the shit that this dude has done in his life, they'll stop even listening to this guy. Well, when you look at my podcast, I'm gonna show you. And then you make your own judgment. Do you want to listen to a dude like that? Right. Any further? You feel me? So my point is that, hey man, it is what it is.
I got one more thing.
Whatever, shoot, bro. You got
me. He in the mood talking. He might shoot.
This pertains to the Supreme documentary.
You know, real quick. Other podcasters ain't gonna let me just.
Nah.
Like that.
What?
You know why? They gonna want to control everything instead of letting it be.
Organic.
Done.
Organic. No, I want everything to be said.
Super Dub Nation in the building. That's Prince Miller, one half of the Supreme team. Yeah, the one that the team that called Bimmy a rat and been exposing Benny. That's Prince right there. The song, that is Holy Quran. He gonna talk about it a little later. That 50 wrote the Holy Quran about. That's who they are. He just got out recently. Welcome home against Prince Miller, man. Salute to you, a real legend in this motherfucking space, in this motherfucking game. Real reputable, respectable, older young man. And he out here dropping wisdom, gems, and jewels in this motherfucker. Man, please listen up. Take heed to what this OG is saying. Michael Brown is in the building. He came to get some of these gems he's dropping. I'm with you, bro. I'm listening. My ears is wide open listening to this nigga. He dropping gems, bro.
I do got
Thorough
a
as
question after
possible.
you.
Go ahead. Shoot away. Let me take my jacket off.
Do your thing, brother. I was watching the Supreme McGriff documentary.
Supreme Truth.
Supreme Truth. That's what. Yeah, Supreme Truth. And he makes several references to a gentleman named Terrence Terrell.
Right.
Now I wasn't, because he was saying like the whole RICO case was built based upon that individual. Like he made the connection to the whole racketeering conspiracy organization. How did? I wasn't clear on how did he, like, why was it just like if because it seems like his lawyer didn't let him testify against him to break down his character and whatnot, which was probably wrong. But why was he so pivotal, and how did a guy he didn't know, be like the linchpin to
you know what?
make the whole
And I'm
case?
glad you asked me that, because that is the question that's what I really want to talk about. My uncle's case.
Yes.
I got carried away and got into other things.
Yeah.
These
But I definitely was bringing that
clowns
because I watched
these
it.
so-called clowns calling themselves people trying to teach or educate people that's listening. See, Terrence Terrell was an informant who Preem never met, never knew, was never part of the Supreme team, was never part of what he did in the street, nothing. He never met this dude. They took him because he knew another guy that had nothing to do with Preem per se.
Okay.
Preem never met him. They took this guy, Terrence Terrell, fed him some stuff, put him up there, and he said, hey, this is what's going on. And they gave him a whole spill for him to organize, to create a RICO case. Because you have a main informant to do it. This is true. He nenever met this dude. That's why Preem is so pissed about what happened to him.
Yeah.
He never met this dude. This dude more important than everybody else mentioned in the doc. That's
Right.
why I don't understand why we talking about
Other people.
who's the confident informant, other than the fact that it was said by Preem.
Yeah.
That's not even the issue.
Yeah.
The issue is Terrence Terrell, right?
Right.
And so he never met the guy. You feel me? He never knew the guy.
That's crazy to me.
And it's a true bill, bro. You never met this guy. You don't know him. Period. But now the death penalty lawyer, he had a death penalty lawyer, right?
Right. That's what they said.
And I want to dispel some myths real quick so people understand something. Preem had a private lawyer that he had hired and gave money to. The government took that lawyer and said he can't use him because we're going to either charge him or he was house counsel or something. They took that lawyer, and now Preem is like, I don't have it to give no money to no other lawyers, right? I'm not doing it. And just Irv and the money was tied up. Irv
they froze everything.
But so Preem, he was forced to take a particular lawyer, a death penalty lawyer. Now, death penalty lawyers, they good at beating death penalty cases, meaning they can help you beat the death penalty, but they may not help you win the case. So he didn't fight for Preem to win the case. Right. He only fought for Preem to beat the death penalty. To him, that was a win. I helped you beat the death penalty. In the meantime, Preem trying to beat the whole case.
Right.
So he never questioned Terrence Terrell as to how you really got to know Mr. McGriff.
Right.
How do you know him? Because my client's telling you don't know him, but he never asked those questions.
Right.
So he never got a chance to put up his defense. And most of all, Preem wanted to testify on his own behalf, but the lawyer didn't want him to testify on his own behalf. And
now, how does that happen where you know...
Let me give you an example. In my case, when I went to trial and it was time for me to decide whether I wanted to testify on my own behalf or not, the judge asked me, Mr. Miller, you want to testify on your own behalf?
Yes.
And the lawyer answered, but he asked me personally. And I said, no, I'm not testifying on my own behalf. That didn't happen with Preem. Even in Diddy's case,
right?
If you remember, the judge asked Diddy, do you want to testify in your own behalf? And Diddy didn't, he said no. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have.
They never asked.
They didn't ask Preem that. They didn't. And the lawyer was able to just let it pass through.
Right.
Like he didn't want Preem to testify.
Yeah.
And that's what Preem pissed about, because had he been able to speak on his own, he'd be able to, fight some charges.
And definitely throw holes in whatever that story of the CI and stuff like that.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying?
I do find that to be kind of a shame, because we had Kenny Ennis, and he remember we interviewed Kenny Ennis. He went to jail for 26 years for murder for something he didn't do. I mean, but he still had the right to testify, and he testified and stuff like that.
Sometimes testifying can make all the difference in the world, man. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Like it helped you.
I'm talking about testifying. I'm talking about testifying in your own defense.
Yeah.
When you're the defendant, that's what I mean. Let me clear that up.
Correct.
I don't mean
Correct.
testify.
Yeah.
I'm talking about testifying in your own defense when you're the defendant and you want to get up there and defend yourself. Sometimes it makes all the difference in the world. You know what I'm saying? So, and whatnot.
And he wanted to.
But right now, Preem is fighting. He feels great. He's working out. He's tip-top shape. He's fighting hard. He's good. Contrary to what one of these clowns, not the podcast, this other whatchamacallit got up there and made a statement about, he's broke. Preem ain't broke. Preem ain't never broke. You know why? He rich here, and too many good people love him for him to be in prison broke. His account is proper. He's good. He's all right. He got a lot of love and a lot of support. So people running around talking shit, talking stuff, saying stupid stuff to these podcasters. Yeah. To merch, whatever it is, talking that crap. People got to be careful, because you make a person like me start getting on these podcasts, and I'll make you look like a fool, because there's the lie and there's the truth, and they can't exist in the same room.
That's a fact.
And I'm always going to tell the truth and give it to a person, right?
Right.
Only reason why I didn't specifically answer your question, I answered your question, but not specifically, because I'm saving that for when I get on there.
Gotcha.
Because when I answer that question, you're going to see me come with that work.
You're gonna be like
Right.
Pablo knows.
Right.
He gonna come with paperwork.
Right.
Hold on, I got a question too.
Go ahead. But before you say that, one thing about Prince, and you can be sure about, if I say somebody's a snitch, a rat, or a confidential informant, you best believe I got the proof to prove it. And that's all I'm gonna say. Go ahead.
Let me ask you how you feel about 50, and this is a part 2 question. And the Ghetto Quran.
Nervous.
How do you feel about that song?
In the Ghetto Quran, when I heard about it, I felt he was doing what a lot of rappers do. He was giving people, they props.
Right.
I know people was like saying that, yo, man, he's saying too much this and that. Right. Shit, I'm the one that he said the killer.
Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
And so I should be the one most offended.
That's a fact.
Right?
Were you?
I wasn't offended because I was charged with killing people and I was found not guilty. So why would I be offended if I was found not guilty? Right. So if a person had a perception that I was one way, the courts had a perception that I was another. So I'm not gonna get mad because he was giving some words and giving some props. It doesn't bother me like that. I didn't even think of it like that. You know what I'm saying? Now others may have, but that's not me. And I'm not saying that it's right or wrong, but for real, shit, I kind of liked it, the song.
Straight up, one of the hottest songs 50 ever dropped when he first came out. This is what he's talking about if you haven't heard the song.
Southside. What y'all niggas know about the dirty South? One time. Lord, forgive me for I've sinned over and over again just to stay on top. I recall Mary with sin over and over again and again. Yo, when you hear talk of the Southside, you hear talk of the team. You niggas fear Prince and respected Preem. For all you slow motherfuckers, I'ma break it down iller. See, Preem was the businessman and Prince was the killer. Remember? He used to push the bulletproof BM, Say I get you seasick. I sat back and peep shit. You roll with easy water then. Then get blunted. Had the whole projects working for 50 or 500. As a youth, all I ever did was sell crack. I used to idolize Cat. Hurt me to my heart to hear that nigga snitched on Pat. How you go out like that? Rumors in the hood was just for snitching. I ain't believe that, Paul. He helped me cop my first year XR. Had the 4Runner, the Z, the 5 and the 3. Used to drive his truck through the hood, dragging jet skis from Gerald Wallace to Baby Wise. Don't be surprised at how freely I throw our names of guys who dealt with pies like LA and Wise. L got shot in the neck, then told us connect. Them niggas who shot him got up for 10 bricks. Fucking Dominicans turned around and gave him more bricks. Lord, forgive me for I've sinned over and over again just to stay on top. I recall Mary with sin over and over again and again.
I mean, if you want,
People use that as a spin.
Yeah.
first of all, let me say something to you. That
Never worry about that.
Salute to 50 Cent. Classic. The Ghetto Quran. Man, drop a bomb. That shit hit the soul right there because he was cooking. That was for every nigga in the hood that knew what he talking about. It's understood, don't need to be explained. Let's go.
nobody.
Look at Southside Anthem. Look at Corey D.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Ain't nobody care about that.
That's a fact.
Ain't nobody. Look. Let me tell you something. That was some spin. I like the Ghetto Quran. If you want to know the truth,
Yeah.
it ain't bothered me one bit.
But the perception was the other way around.
Like the other way around.
When you hear talking to Southside, you hear
Yeah.
talking to team.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I liked it. That joint was official, and I ain't saying that to be
I know.
jocking nobody one way or
But you
another.
know people want to hear it from you.
It's the truth, though.
How you
Yeah.
felt about it.
Yeah, it didn't bother me at all.
No doubt.
It didn't bother me at all.
Are you open to work with him if there was an opportunity?
That's a good question, and I want to hear the answer to that.
Listen, man. Right now, I'm getting my life together. I'm putting the pieces of my life back together.
Okay.
Right? And as long as I can control what the writers put together and be a part of the writing process in anything that I do. And you can best believe it's gonna be a Supreme Team series or movie. Cause I ain't gonna accept no other way. I'm already on top of it. Let me tell you something. Forget that.
That would
That's
be so big,
one
man.
thing. I got so much stuff. I can give a studio 6 years of content, 6 or 7 years of content for their platform. All I gotta do is be connected to the right person or the right studio. And it's off to the races. But I'm patient.
Yeah.
What I won't do is be played by nobody. You know, because I ain't thirsty.
No, first of all, he didn't say no. He didn't say yeah. What he's saying is, if the business is right, he doing it. So, Usual Johnson, I was right. I hear you, but I was right. Now, will 50 do it? 50 a businessman. This is Southside Jamaica, Queens. Legendary shit. Foes turn friends. They was friends to foes, back to friends or businessmen. However you want to slice it. That's a big, huge pie. That's history. That's going to shut shit down if they do that. Epic. You mean to tell me 50 ain't scratching this? That's why he made that post this morning. Stop playing. Stop playing.
Back in the days, we was making money. Money was our God. We in the streets. We hustling. We doing what we got to do to get paper. I'm living a natural, regular life now. No jewelry. I ain't even got a car. I can drive around, go where I want. Got a car out there now. To drive around, it ain't mine. Feel me?
Yeah.
Everywhere I go,
I ain't a businessman, my man D Twins is, but I mean, shit, I can slide in there a little bit. How much you want to put on it? And let's do some side bets if we talking bets, right? I bet you that they will do it as long as the business is right. The only way that it won't happen is if the business ain't right. 50 ain't stupid, man. That same quote he just said, 50 posted that on his page today. Huh? When Zip from the Drip exposed that nigga Bimmy, 50 liked that page. Let's get to that. Fuck we talking about? Let's put some money on it. If the business right, 50 gonna do it. I bet 100. I put 100 on it. Hit me up on Instagram, Usual Johnson. I would not fuck you out your money. If you win, I'll give you your money. Put 100 on it. I put 100. It's gonna happen if the business is right. You think it ain't even gonna be a negotiation. I think negotiations already done started. That's why 50 made that post this morning. Let's get to that.
I got a car, but it ain't mine. I'm not thirsty for no money. I'm not thirsty to do anything illegal.
I think he'll go
I'm
too,
patient.
Fantasy Baby.
In the meantime,
I think it's a go.
I'm plotting my course
Yup, 50,
properly to
50
do
respect.
things that
50 respects Prince. He respects Prince. That goes a long way. He's double talking. Okay, well, we gonna see. If that money right, man, please, the money right. Nigga, this is legendary shit right here we talking about. Sheesh. Niggas who went from friend to foe to business. Come on, bro. 50 real energy is towards, I ain't gonna lie, Preem and the Murder Inc. niggas. One of the niggas gone already. The other nigga out here scamming niggas at the fire festivals and shit. Yo, Ja Rule out here doing some wild shit. He doing restaurant commercials and shit. No disrespect though. I'm just seeing it while I'm seeing it. But Prince, he had respect for Prince. It ain't about just money. It's about the story, the history. It's about the foundation. You know the word I'm looking for. It's gonna take care of his family over and over and over. I'm going blank. Y'all know what I'm talking about. That's what it's about. It's about when he does this, it's just gonna take care of his family for centuries to come. Is it gonna tell the story in the right light? That's what this is about. It's about telling the story right. And I'm with Prince on that. I agree with Prince on that. And I wouldn't settle for nothing less. Then we can talk about the money. First, let's get if the story is going to be told the right way. And the only way that's going to happen is if I tell it. That's a fact. That's what it's about. And I think 50 is a fair businessman. You don't hear a lot of people out there saying they did bad business with 50, do you? Not like you do CS2 back. You dig me? 50 do pretty good business. Prince gonna have his team on it. They gonna sit down. They gonna have a conversation. 50 gonna make that shit happen. Trust me. I'm putting money on it right now. He gonna make it happen. It's gonna be interesting. He needs the right people involved. 100%. These guys been wanting to do business behind the scenes. That's what I'm talking about. I see it like you see it, brother. I see it the way you see it. We gonna see. Let's see. I think that shit is going to be epic. And I don't think 50 gonna fuck Prince. And I think Prince gonna come in there humble enough to know that 50 this is his lane. This ain't my lane. If you can accommodate me on A, B, C, D's, make sure there's that's the word I was looking for, generational wealth. And make sure that at the end of the day, this produces generational wealth for my kids and grandkids and great-grandkids and great-great niggas. It's a done deal. It's a go. And I think the best person for the job is 50 Cent.
Legal to get to the next step. And any solid individual that's prepared to advance that cause, I'm all for it. Okay. As long as they respect me,
Right.
respect this vision, and as long as they're solid, I have no problem with that. Yeah. I hope I answered your question.
You did?
Fully.
Fully.
Yeah.
My last question.
But like I said, I got a good brother and comrade that's with me, man.
No
So
doubt.
yeah, go ahead. What you said?
Our friend of the show, P2. I don't want to say what's your relationship with him, but I remember there was a I felt like you had to have a conversation with him, and because he was saying stuff on the internet about certain things, and his father had to make a statement. And
yeah, ever since then though, he been P2 been he been good. He been y'all call him P2, I call him Kyle because he's my family.
Kyle, right.
Right.
Yeah.
But that my family, my cousin has been chilling. He do his thing off and on. I try to tell him to chill. I'm not with beefing with people. Right. First of all, I don't beef over no damn no camera.
Yeah.
I don't do that. When I speak, anything I say is substantive. I don't throw threats.
Right.
I don't try to be nothing more than what I am.
Right.
Right. And he's good, man. He's good. He probably gonna have it. He was selling coats, some Supreme team wear when I was away.
Yeah.
Well, he's gonna be all right. He loves that fashion stuff, so that's what he probably gonna be doing. You know what I'm saying? But he got his lane. He know what he's all right, man. I just tell him once in a while, let me know what you're doing, man. You know what I'm saying? So I can give you some guidance, man. But we don't beef with people, and you don't make people your enemies, man.
Right.
You got bad enough. You got enough problem being black in America. You don't need no enemies from your own kind.
Yeah. That's a fact.
So you gotta really watch how you speak.
Right.
Like me, I don't. Like I tell you, I don't have no. I understand a lot of the people some of the podcasters and some of the other jokers, and I even understand this. I understand the rats, the confidential. I keep talking about this for a reason, because that's what everybody seems to be on. I understand the rats, the confidential informants, the snitches. I understand y'all. Y'all want your cake and you want to eat it too. You ain't trying to go to prison, but you want to look like you was a bad motherfucking part with the people you with, bad individual with the people you was with. Yeah. You want to have that reputation of being respected from the street and from entertainment.
But you got to put in the work from both.
No, forget putting in the work. Me, my mouth is always to worry about myself.
Yeah.
But when you start coming out there and opening your mouth and saying false stuff about a man who can't speak for himself, now you're going to make me get in front of the camera. And if I get in front of the camera, I'm not my uncle. I'm going to make sure that the public understand the difference and the meaning of what those things are. And I'm going to provide proof to show them. So be careful the next camera you get in front of when you mention Kenneth Supreme McGriff. And that's all I'm going to say.
And with that, it will be spoke and said, forever laid to rest. Bug, you got anything?
Prince, look at me, baby. Yo, I really, really appreciate you. You a solid dude, bro. I was trying to think of a word to really like describe you, bro. You're solid, bro. And that's so inspiring to me, bro.
Man.
Know what I'm saying? Being that solid like that. Coming, telling your story, being informative like how you was. Know what I'm saying? You got this like this aura that's just like you demand respect without saying you want respect. Know what I'm saying? You very inspiring though, bro. Since you came home and you doing your thing, everything positive, you a stand-up dude, bro. And I appreciate you. I gotta say, I can't think of a word more than appreciative that I am for you for coming here and telling your story and explaining the small platforms to the big platforms. You know what I'm saying? You broke that down and you just inspiring, bro. And I'm just happy that you did this interview with us, bro. And
I just want to say this too, really quickly, to Shante Cooper. I disagree with you on that one a little bit. I think usually, 50 would want to own the rights of it. He may do a co-owner or something like that, but I don't even think that. I think the respect that 50. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? We both on the outside looking in, we speculating, of course, but I think my heart of hearts, knowing. And being a huge fan and supporter of 50 and studying him throughout the years since day one, he's big on and highly big on respect. And when he has respect for the fellow person, he does things outside of his norm. So I do believe in this situation, if Prince was so gung-ho on being the owner and all that, I do believe 50 would give that to him because it is his story. I think the respect that he has for Prince and just the overall story alone, I think 50 might compromise on that. I don't know. I'm speculating, of course, but I've seen him do similar shit like that in the past. You know what I'm saying? For people that he highly respects, and to get the opportunity to do this story in his huge ass Shreveport, Louisiana studio, you got to remember that you talking about a game changer. You talking about doing something there that is epic. I mean, something huge. That's the story. That's it. That is the one. 50, you got to do it. You got to do it. You got to bring that to Shreveport. You got to do it there. You can't drop the ball on this. Give Preem what he asking. Give Prince what he's asking. Give it to him. You know, few stipulations here and there, but you get more than just money. The story, the history behind it, just the way, the landscape of how this shit's gonna be revered years after this. Years after this. When we all gone. All of that. That's impactful. I don't know. I think 50 smarter than me. And if I'm thinking that way, just think about what he thinking. You know what I'm saying? Let's finish this out and get up out of here, y'all.
I want to thank Baby Born. You know you my guy, bro. Look at me too, bro. You my guy. You know you my guy, bro. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate you for even making this happen, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
For real.
Yes, sir.
G, you got anything?
Yo, Bug always said, "Oh man, you know, I'm glad he stood on his word, man, like he said he was." He popped up to the shop, man. We appreciate him over here. You already know. And yeah.
Shante Cooper says, stand on the media. You need to check out these Wrench Gang folks. You still on a year likes going down. And your likes are going down. It's some fake shit going. Yeah, man. I don't really know. I really don't. To be honest with you, Shante, I'll be brutally honest with you. I don't be really giving a fuck because I don't really pay attention to it. Of course, it's good for me in the algorithm to push. It's just I'm not a beggar. I feel like after a while it's like you begging people to do simple shit like hit the like button and share. You don't want to do it, you don't got to do it. You want to take it back, take it back. I'm not begging you for a motherfucking thing. That's why I love the ones that do it, because I know it's all genuine. Because I'm not begging you, I'm not pestering you and pestering you and sweating you about it and stopping the content until you. I don't do none of that. You know what I'm saying? I don't do none of that. So the ones that I do get, I know it's all genuine. That's the ones I focus on. That's the ones I care about. Anything else, I don't even see it. See how you caught that? I never would have caught that because I don't care, So don't stress yourself, pretty. Don't stress your pretty head about it. It's all love. You know what I'm saying? The ones that count, the ones that matter, they're there. Trust me.
Yeah, man.
Hey, look, I'm gonna tell y'all, man. Bug Out, G, my man, youngster. I appreciate y'all. I appreciate y'all giving me a free reign to speak. I hope I didn't speak too much.
No.
And look, as I said, a lot of people look at people in a certain way. They see your hand like this, they think you want a handout, when all you asking for is a hand up. There's a big difference between a handout and a hand up. Most people with their hand up are saying, man, give me a shot, and I'm gonna pay you back and forth.
That's gonna go.
See, it's how you look at it. It's like a cup half full, half empty. You feel me? I've been out here for a year and change. It ain't been easy, but it been great. Because I ain't in no jail cell.
That's a fact.
I ain't got to commit no crimes.
Word.
I'm not looking over my back. I'm not going worrying about somebody coming after me, whether it's the police or anybody else. Right? I am a master self-defense, though. So, you know what I'm saying? I do pay attention to my surroundings.
That part.
But I'm focused. And I'm glad y'all let me come here to speak. And I don't care what nobody say. You shouldn't do this, you shouldn't do that.
Yeah, you already know
if nobody want to speak to me because I came here, don't speak to me.
That's a fact.
I'm gone. I'm on somewhere else.
I know.
But if you want to speak to me, I'm there.
That's exactly how.
And the funny thing is, they talk about these small platforms, right? But y'all put up something for me. And I ain't going to get into the details.
I ain't even going to lie, man. Sheesh. I know the way I'm wired now, man, is the right way. Because what he said, nigga, that's shit. Man, from my lips to God is, man. That's how I think. That's how I operate. That's how I feel. Shit, it is what it is. You don't like me, don't fuck with me. Nigga, I don't care. Do you. Because I'm a damn sure do me. I don't need validation from people, man. Especially people who don't rock with me. I appreciate the ones who do, though. I don't take it for granted. But I validate myself, and I live that way. And it's been a very peaceful life ever since. When I was worried about what everybody said and trying to accommodate this person, accommodate that person, it drove me fucking crazy. I don't do that no more. The only people I really care and concerned about like that will even give me the thought to even consider what you got to say, what you think, is my family, my loved ones, my close ones, my queen, and the supporters who really fuck with me. Your opinions all matter to me, so I always take them in consideration. Swear to God. Anything outside of that doesn't matter. It's just white noise.
Respectfully, because y'all said, man, I know you've been away a year and a half.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I thank y'all for that.
Part
Because y'all thought about a man who's been away for 34 years in 6 months.
That's a fact.
So yeah, you daggone right I came here to speak to y'all.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying?
It is crazy.
And guess what? I ain't got to worry about speaking to no other platforms if they don't want me. You know why?
Why?
Because I'm going to have my own.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Hey, so hey, yo, I ain't the one, man. I ain't the one.
I love it.
But there's a lot of them I respect.
Yeah.
And if they reach out to me,
That's work.
I'll be there.
They will.
Prince, I want to do that. I need to do an interview
I guess one
with
last
Prince.
word for me.
If you watch this, Prince, I got to do the interview with you, brother.
When I think of somebody like you,
I love it.
always, you know, I've always looked up to somebody like you in a sense of you was no nonsense. You took care of business. You handled business. You was organized. When I think of who I would want to be as a man, that's what I want to be. You know what I'm saying? Like, I never met you.
Yeah.
But hearing the stories and who you are and how you carry yourself, the way you dress, the way you treat your body, like I take heed to that. You know, you're not out here doing the drugs you're selling and stuff like that. And you know what I'm saying?
I know
like,
what you mean. You really just saying
He caught up. He don't know what to stop.
you want to be a man of your word. You want
Right.
to be.
That's why it's solid.
Yeah, you
solid,
want to be a dude who,
wanna stand for
even if
something.
he made mistakes in the past, he's not going to continue to make the same mistakes in the present.
Absolutely.
A man who can accept the responsibility to say, "Oh, listen, I was wrong, man." You know what I'm
Right.
saying? I ravaged
Right.
the community, but guess what? Now I'm trying to make amends. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? Any man who can change is worth speaking to. Sometimes I see on these podcasts, people say, "Why are they glorifying this drug dealer? Why?" And I even see the podcast is saying this, this, that. They act like they hate so bad on a man who did time because you probably ain't gonna do no time because you probably would be a person who put it on somebody else's back,
Right,
or
right.
that you hate on somebody who came home, did his time like a
You
man
talking
who's
about
trying to
whack, bro.
change his
You
life
talking
around and
about
help
whack,
the
bro.
community.
Yeah.
You gotta be
How could
talking
you hate
about
on
whack.
somebody like that? And I respect. That's why I respect what you said.
Yeah.
And I respect what y'all said, right? But like President Obama once said, and I can't drop the mic, it's time to go, man.
No doubt. Yo, this is
Alright.
Detox. That's Bug Out. That's G-Fast, the one and only Prince. Shout out to P2. It's the Thanks for Asking show. We out. Peace.
What's up, people? This is Prince from the Supreme Team. This is the Thanks for Asking podcast. Like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you do the same thing when I put mine up. Peace.
Salute to Prince Miller, man. Salute to Prince Miller, man. Salute to the Supreme Team, man. Salute to those brothers that did the interview in that space, man. Salute to everybody that participated and had something to do with this interview. I think it was an amazing interview. I hate the fact that it didn't get a lot of numbers on my channel, but it doesn't matter. As long as they got a lot of numbers, that's all that matters. This the type of messaging that we need out there for the youngins that's coming up 100%. 100%. Man, salute to the Thanks for Action and Gerald Prince Miller channel. Please go over there and subscribe to their channel. Please show them some love. Prince, if you do happen to run across this or somebody's seen you a clip, man, hit me, bro. I want to do the interview. I got to do an interview with you, bro. I got to do it. You know what I'm saying? I would love to do that. You know what I'm saying? Really chop it up, man. That was beautiful. I loved it. I love every minute of it. It was just great information. It was to the point, bro. I love it. Salute to Prince Miller, man, again. Real OG, man, been through some shit, man, and still moving, you know, still on his shit, on his grind. You gotta love it, you gotta respect it. Salute to everybody that pulled up to watch the video, man. I appreciate y'all for that. Man, I'm not gonna hold y'all too much longer at all. We've been here for a cool hour and some change watching this. To everybody that was here from start to finish, man, a special shout out to y'all, man. I'm always humble, forever humble. Thank y'all, appreciate y'all. Yeah, salute to Damu Keyway Conversation. Salute to Deuce Sims, the Don. That's my guy, my man, 50 grand. Salute to Dose of Reality TV, Scandalous Los Angeles TV, Smoked Out TV. We got a lot of TVs in this motherfucker. Stand on the Media TV. Fuck it, let's go. Shit, who else, nigga? Who am I missing? I don't know. But just like my man D Twin said, and just like my nigga Prince said, we out.
Thank you.